song on the radio the other day.
And we're live. Good morning, everybody, on the YouTube.
The tube of you.
The sloob of slob. Hold on, that's a different
Yeah,
YouTube.
we're
I
gonna
probably
go there,
shouldn't.
aren't we?
I shouldn't
Yeah,
bring up
it's-
your.
I
I should bring up
hard?
your
It's-
other channel.
Oh no!
wow, it's
no.
420. I just realized that.
Shh, don't bring up 420. We were just talking about him watching
Oh,
Spank Division.
y'all didn't think I got stoned on the way in? Give me a break.
Homie was watching Spank Division. He came in this morning and he was like, "Ride that pony." I didn't know what he was doing. I
Oh
thought he was
my
talking to my
God.
dog, but I was a little
Did you
confused.
just say ride the pony?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought it was
As
ride
he
the
was
white
dancing.
horse. Yeah, that
I
I farted angel dust when I came in.
I think the fact that you're correcting me on the song means you
Yeah.
know it.
Oh, me know a song? Come on.
No, that means you dance to that song.
I heard a couple guys on the radio talking about music from like the 1990s on, and I didn't recognize one song.
Yeah, you know
not
what sucks?
One name. not
Somebody
never.
brought up a rock band the other day, and I was like, I couldn't tell you who plays on that station because
Yeah.
I don't listen to.
No.
I don't listen to the radio. Owner of a radio station don't listen to radio, but it's because some of the new music to me is just not
Sucks.
music, man.
And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not even the new
A slow boat to China at least has brought back,
Yeah,
you know, some of that feel of old school rock and roll.
1990.
Hold on, we're
On.
going live
Oh, we weren't live yet.
on
We were
video.
on YouTube.
Holy crap! I wasted all my good jokes already.
And we're live on the radio. We've been live on
Oh,
YouTube, y'all. We've already shoved in a few minutes.
Yeah, we got
Mike's
stoned.
already done.
Wow.
Yeah, can I go home now?
Yeah, on that note, can I?
Yeah, really.
Hey,
Hey, and
Are
You're
y'all-
talking about Mike
you-
shoving stuff?
are you two meeting up in a secret location or
Now,
something?
actually, I need to leave about 15, maybe 20 minutes early today. I got a doctor's appointment down in Stockbridge. I forgot all about it. I always tell her not to do it on Wednesday, but she's old.
That's fine. I got important stuff to do too. I got to get my motorcycle to the shop.
I heard that you have laser beams shooting out of your eye.
No, man, I went to that doctor yesterday, and I've had a headache since, which is sad. But
That's all right.
she warned me. She's like, "I'm fixing to have to shove all this light bulb stuff in your eyes.
Cool.
Mm.
That's what they
Super
all say.
bright lights and all sorts of stuff." Yeah,
That's
it
what
was,
she said.
It was a horrible ride home.
You know, you're not
there's
supposed
nothing-
to do that.
There's
right?
nothing. Shush. There's nothing worse than having your eyes. Don't mention it.
You said it.
I know, but we don't need to remind people. There's nothing worse than having your eyes super, super dilated because she dilated them, but then she had to do this thing called unfocus. So not only did she dilate them, she had to unfocus. I remember several drops of this in my eye and several drops of
Is there a-
this in my eye.
Is there adjustments somewhere? I
I don't know, but
I don't know.
she had me where I couldn't put it this way. When I was leaving, the secretary, like I can see to walk down the hallway, but the secretary says, "I need you to sign this." And I went, and now I'm holding this 6 inches from my face and 12 inches from my face. I said, "I can't read this."
And you were driving.
And I said, shut up, sir. I said, and you want me to sign this? I said, it's a good thing I scribble my name because I can't even see where I'm writing.
And you were
Would
driving.
you shut up? I could see the red lights and I could see the stop sign. I just couldn't read the stop sign. I couldn't read the car tag of the car in front of me. I could see the car. I could see how far he was. But what was happening is your eyes should be able to
Wasn't there a discussion on yesterday?
Can we talk about this? Your eyes will focus on what's 6 inches from your hand and then focus what's 60 feet from your hand. The problem is I had the 60 feet part. It just wouldn't focus on the 6-inch part.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you signed something without reading it.
I
They
could-
might've-
How the hell could I read it? I couldn't even text on my phone. I could not read the buttons.
And you drove?
Mike, could you drive every day?
Well, that's kind of crazy though that they wait until after they do that to your eyes and they hand you a piece of
They
paper
say,
and
"Sign
they
this."
sign this. You
It'll
signed a
be
kidney away.
This much.
No, he signed a kidney away. That's what.
They don't want mine. They get flushed every day, though.
And then Steph was asking, can the doctor see Ashley? I'm like, wow, it's going to be pretty crazy if an eye doctor can't see.
Well, I said it would be real simple. She's in a wheelchair. So when they take the little blind man stick, they'll be able to go ding, ding, ding. Oh, yeah, that's her chair. They'll find her.
Kinda
Or it'll sound like the kitchen table.
or it'll sound like poking Jacob with a stick. I get it because he's handicapped.
Oh, yeah, let's just go there. But yeah, man, it was
Let's
really
pick on the
neat.
handicap.
You know, the woman could actually deal with photophobia, and I've not met one doctor that can. So she did all sorts of experimental stuff on my eyeballs.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Still found no brain. I mean, I kept saying, just keep looking deep, doc.
No,
Yeah.
your
Only
head
had a
isn't
brain.
there. It's got to go to the proctologist for
To
that.
find that.
Yeah, and you can still
Ooh.
drive after.
Oh yeah.
You'll be like, stop.
But yeah, I've had a little bit of a headache. What I was trying to get at is there's nothing better than going to pick up your daughter when your eyes are that kind of dilated because you look like you're on meth.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Now, I did wait like 4 hours before I went to. Actually, it was probably more than that. My eye doctor's appointment was at 1, so it was like 1:30 when they dilated my eyes, and I didn't pick my kid up till like 5:30. So it was safer for me to
Safer.
drive.
Safer.
You hope.
Hey, I got a question, and I apologize. I didn't get to listen to the whole show yesterday. Did y'all go over the restaurant scores yesterday?
No, I
No.
sent it
Okay, all right.
to be able to go over
What
today.
is going on?
They're
I-
getting bad.
I don't know because I didn't read it because I saved it for the show. Would you
Okay.
like to read it?
No, not right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mike.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Why'd you
Because
bring
if
it up?
we're going to have an eye doctor that can't see, we might as well have a fat guy that knows the restaurant scores. How about that?
If anybody should
Wow.
know the restaurant scores, it should be you.
Scotty, I'm serious.
I'm
What
serious too.
The hell?
I don't know. I didn't read it. Why don't you read it?
They suck.
You refuse to do TMZ,
no.
so do
No,
the
I
health
do.
score.
I've never refused to do TMC. I'm just like, I don't know. When you guys remember like a year and a half ago, you had me read a story by that Cayenne West or Cajun West or whatever the hell it is. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know who this is. And y'all were all laughing at me. I don't follow celebrities. Look, Taylor Swift, Jennifer Aniston, and now Britney Spears is working her way back up in there. So other than that, I don't do celebrity news much. I mean, I thought the girls traditionally. I'm not trying to be stereotypical. I'm
You
trying to
sound
be
like you're being stereotypical.
no. I'm trying to
Sound
be
like you're trying to
insulting.
throw
Don't
us under
girls
the
follow
bus.
that?
Dude, you're the one with the stalker charge. You're the one that follows it.
No, I follow her. Taylor Swift is gorgeous.
So listen, I need you to do the health scores. Are you not going to do them?
I will. Let me bring them up.
Oh, yeah. Steph, do you got anything?
No, I was.
And Bobby, our security camera gentleman, will be coming here around 9:30 to squeeze in a little bit of a
man. Okay.
chat
Hey, Bobby.
on air.
If you're listening, come earlier, man. I leave right after that. I got some questions.
Oh, we have a call in at 9.
at 9,
Okay.
Between 9 and
Which is-
9:15.
That's fine.
which is really
Okay.
cool because I'm interested in that.
Can we
doing
like
that.
get this? What do we got here?
Well, I'm trying to
I know he's
find-
waiting. I'm looking at Stephanie. I'm like the blind eye doctor. Pay no attention to me.
Hey, do y'all like my thing about Clinton and Bernie Sanders?
No, of
Where
course.
Clinton looked like the Wicked Witch of the West and Bernie Sanders looked like the Scarecrow.
No.
Okay. here we go.
So, in honor of 420, I have a story.
Of
Cool.
course you do.
Pass that thing.
I mean, of course, Stephanie's the one to go, wow, it's 420.
420.
Story,
And
yeah.
all of a sudden, she's like, hey, I got a story.
Y'all didn't like my 2 squirrels with the cool spiked hair?
I'm too busy laughing at Steph when she's like, hey, it's 420.
New pizza box designed to turn into pot pipe.
Because that's what we need.
Yeah. A
That's
new,
exactly what we need this morning.
They keep running out of freaking delivery drivers.
a New
The
York
problem
City-
is their delivery drivers are already stoned all the time. You give them a box that can turn into a pipe.
You'll
What
never
the
come
hell?
back. You'll never find the pizza. You'll never
Hey,
come
man.
back. What's
Are you going to
up?
tip me? Well, let's just roll up your box.
Hey, man, are you done with that box, dude?
You get your pizza and then used to it was like, hey, man, somebody's already eat a piece of this pizza. I'm not paying full price. Now it's going to be like, somebody's already smoked my box, dude. I want another box.
You know, that's weird,
Yeah.
Scotty, that you brought that up because when you and I were growing up, your pizza could show up with a piece missing.
Oh, it could.
Yeah.
And it could have, the driver could be like, what's up?
I actually believed that they brought one of my, because this happened one time and I thought they were trying to make it look like Pac-Man. I could not understand why there was a slice missing.
Yeah.
I'm not
no,
joking.
but-
Literally, that
Because you
happened.
knew.
Unfortunately, I did know the driver, which
Yeah.
explained it a little bit. But I thought, you're being an ass trying to make my pizza look like Pac-Man, aren't you? And
Up in when I lived in upstate New York, the guy used to show up and there was snow on the ground, right? So he would just like plow into my front yard, leave his car running because that's what you do in upstate New York with all the snow. his door would be half cracked open. He'd come in with the pie, with the wings. He'd sit down in one of the chairs in the living room. We'd watch 20, 30 minutes of a Rangers game or something.
There goes that 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Up there, forget it. Oh,
All right,
man.
so what do you got? The pizza
Well,
joke.
the box features a small square that rips out and rolls into a pipe. And the stand in the center of the
I'm in
box.
shock here. I can't help this. I'm sorry.
The stand that's in the center of the box, y'all know the one
Yeah, the
that's
little white
normally
stand.
yeah.
Is that the base for the pipe or something?
Yep, that's the bowl for
You're
the pipe.
kidding me.
Nope.
And this is being actually made for real.
Yes.
No. Who would do
This
that?
is the stupidest thing
Who
I've
would do
ever
that?
seen. Who's making this? Johnny on the spot.
Subway.
Well, it's in New York, a New York designer. It doesn't.
the pizza place is called Mary Jane's.
I tell you what, it don't pay to be a freaking pizza place in Georgia.
Hey man, where you getting your pizza, cannabis?
It's the man's
Is
name.
that oregano on it, or am I supposed to roll that up and smoke it?
How'd you like your pizza, man?
Stone
Delivered, dude.
No doubt.
The man's name is Nicholas Gregory, and who would have thunk it? He's only 25 years old and came up with this.
Oh Jesus Christ! Is that not insane? I thought the pizza was supposed to be delivered in 30 minutes. Dude, this is like TBS. We're always 5 minutes behind.
Isn't it cool now that you can order your pizza online?
Ooh, I hate that.
Oh, I love it.
Because every time we do it at Pizza Hut, it gets jacked up,
Oh,
man.
man.
Well, you're doing it at Pizza Hut. That's
Yeah.
why.
Well, like you name who are my options at
Exactly.
our location?
You should have
Marcos.
everything.
Dum Salem Road. No, we ain't ordering nothing but bulletproof vest. Honey Creek, we've
You can
got
get those in
Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Papa John's, and all three are just
Suck.
kind of out there.
Marcos.
Hello.
You can order-
Marco's is good too. Don't get me wrong. But, you know,
Expensive.
it's a little expensive.
Yeah.
But delivery, it's just a catch-22 right now.
And there's supposed to be some Chinese restaurant around here that delivers now, but I haven't found it yet.
One hung tulo.
Chow mein.
Well, I mean, they got that other restaurant too. One hung way too low.
Yeah. Come from Sun Young Thing.
Oi, oi.
Just
Okay.
saying.
You know, I don't even think we
Wow.
should read the good ones because there's just,
Just
no
read.
story.
Just read.
Okay.
Just.
All right.
Of
These
course.
these are from.
I'm waiting to hear Denise go 278. Where's
Yeah.
that one at?
These
278.
are Rockdale, Newton County, April 11th through the 15th.
Yeah.
Maybe we should read out this week's date for all of our listeners that work or know anybody who does work in a restaurant. They're going to come visit you.
Mhm.
How hard is it? Look, Steph, when we worked in bowling centers, right, we knew we had food and beverage, right?
Yeah.
Was it clean every day?
Heck yeah, it was.
Every day? Brenda, man, she was
Well,
all
so
over
then
it.
just read off some of the bad ones then. Because the good ones are, well, I don't know, because it's kind of good to know the good ones because you know to
Yeah.
go eat there.
Applebee's.
Again, I do want to throw out that if you get hit at the wrong time, man, you could get a bad
Man,
score.
see,
Yeah,
you
so
were
they
being
do.
such a nice guy.
But it's because I used to deal with Newton County Health Inspection, man. I used to know if they showed up and they literally, if they came in 5 minutes before we opened and I didn't have soap or paper towels in the men's bathroom, they would fail us. And I'm like, we're not even open yet.
No, I think I'm gonna look that up though, because I don't think they can.
But they do.
I know. Well, believe me, I ran bars. I mean, hey, look, you're being way too nice. Here's my point. If they come in at 5 minutes different, and I'm talking about open, I'm not talking about during close, because they can't show up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Time to inspect.
Well, they could, but it'd be a uteri inspection.
Yeah, really. So,
Steph, you don't get that. He worked at a strip club. Never mind.
but we're never closed. And neither.
I got it. I
We
was just
need to
keeping
do
my
an
mouth shut.
internal audit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Look
so
at Stephanie's face.
all right, so you're being way too nice because you keep saying, "Oh, if they come in at a different time, or if that's they just put
Because
the
it's
rice
true
out."
though.
But what if I come in at that other?
That's the
time?
problem though. Like I let me just say this: there was a chicken place off Indian Trail.
What was it called?
I don't even remember the name.
That's a weird name for a chicken.
And I remember me and my father-in-law
Chicken in
at
a
the
bucket.
time was in the bathroom peeing. This dude was in there taking a crap. We watched him open the door, walk behind us past the urinals, past the sink, out the door. We both looked at each other, washed our hands, and as we opened the door, he was kind of talking to somebody, but walking to go back up front, and he just turns around and walks right in the back and starts battering chicken.
Yeah,
Now,
baby.
in your mind, yes, it's gonna get deep fried, but it's the fact that the dude just wiped his butt and now went over there and grabbed the chicken I was fixing to eat.
And one of these restaurants, because I was looking at it.
I get the fact you're boiling it. Frying it. I get it. But it's the fact I saw it that disgusted me.
So you're saying we should keep all chicken workers in?
No, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying that grossed me out. That's all I'm saying.
All chicken
it grossed me out
workers
too.
should come from China.
Oh my God. Now get to the score, sir. Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Conyers or where?
Wait.
You gonna do Conyers first?
Applebee's. This is Newton County first.
Newton County first.
Yeah, I figure if we get really in a lot of trouble, the chances of me eating there is probably slim anyways. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, which doesn't,
Yeah.
Guess what highway it's on? Guess what highway?
138?
168, 162, 136.
This is going to take a long time. 278.
14.
278. Right now, Denise is going, woohoo. They got an 89, a B.
That's not bad.
No, no. Okay. Bangkok Grill, 278. Anybody seen a little bit? Okay, look.
I don't know where that is.
The address for Applebee's.
Not 278, but Bangkok Grill.
The Applebee's
Me
is
neither.
5176. Bangkok Grill. Okay, remember where the Just Dogs is?
Yes.
It's kind of in that little same thing. I wrote a thing.
Oh, there's a swimming pool place in Advanced Auto. It's over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote a critique on Bangkok Grill for City Spoon or Urban something or nothing like that.
Urban Moo?
Yeah, and it was horrible. But they got an 83B, and believe me, that's the best they probably ever got. Yeah, I said it. Milazano's Restaurante on Raphael got a 61. I'm thinking that's unsatisfactory. Okay, how does an Italian restaurant that is obviously supposed to be preparing the food when you order it, nothing pre-made, right? So it's a restaurant, gets a 61.
And the only thing they could probably have is like
chicken juice
already. Well, that's because that is a huge thing. Like because and what a lot of people don't realize is in the kitchen area there has to be a wash, rinse, and sanitation sink. And
Scotty, brother, man, that is so Stone Age now. They have Hobart systems that.
Oh, I agree.
Man,
if you're willing to spend the money is the problem.
I know. Everybody knows about the wash, rinse, disinfect,
and it's the same thing in bars. Bars still have that set up for glasses.
Man, bar glasses.
And if you don't clean it the right way, and they come in and catch you with the wrong thing in the wrong sink, you get failed.
Let me tell you something. If you're never mind.
Just keep going.
All right, Mrs. Pearl's Barbecue.
Have no idea.
It's on 3730.
Oh, and by the way, let's go ahead and give our disclaimer. We are allowed to have our opinions. This is a radio show where we are supposed to be making fun of stuff. But B, it's in the newspaper, which means we're just only saying what you can already go read. Okay, Mike, continue.
Yeah, it's in the Rockdale Citizen. So, okay, so Mrs. Pearl's got a 83, which is a B. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's 17 points off of good. That's 13 points off of bad. No, I'm not eating there.
It's a question though.
No, I'm not eating there.
Okay, come on. And that's your choice.
Right. RL's off the square on Floyd Street, which is
and I've actually eaten there.
They got a 93. I'm down with it.
They're a little more trying to be that whole elegant, attempting to be that elegant, but yet they're still trying to have that little bit of New Orleans kind of feel.
Get out of damn New Orleans.
So
it's kind of right there.
They make a po' boy.
It's right off the square.
Yeah.
And it's got a little outdoor thing going too, right? Yeah. I've eaten it.
Little expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, not like the problem is I say expensive and people go, oh, expensive. No, I'm just saying it's
pricey.
It's a little
more. It's a little more than Longhorns.
Yeah. It's expensive for Scottie, which means they probably don't have Groupons.
No,
and they probably don't have a dollar menu.
Let me tell you,
won't let you share a baked potato with your wife.
I am definitely not one of these people that think I got to go to Mike's Shopper to get a coupon to save $1 on some damn cheese dip. That's not. I'm not that person.
I've gone to Charlie's with you on freaking.
That's why I made the joke about Fat Boys golf carts. Fat Boys golf carts was putting in coupons for golf carts, and I tried to remind somebody. I'm like, you do know the people that go through Mike's Shopper can't afford a $10,000 golf cart. So I know you're trying to advertise in Mike's Shopper, but the guy that's trying to get $1 off a haircut and trying to get $1 off a cheese dip can't afford a $10,000 Easy-Go golf cart. You do grab that reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the guy that's trying to save $1 on cheese dip most likely is not the guy going out buying a $28,000 Harley either.
Nah.
I'm just pointing out the obvious, everybody. Your opinions are just like your fingers. You might have a few of them, but we can cut one off.
Dang, he went all yakazoo on us.
All right, next.
Shane's Rib Shack, which I love. 100.
We had that at a wedding the other day. It was really good.
God, it's really good. And they had the best onion rings. Oh,
and that's the newest one.
They will make you fart.
That's the newest.
Why? Why did that?
What?
What's the newest one?
That Shane's Rib Shack.
Which is where? I didn't know there was a new one. I'm sorry. I've been out of tune lately, being so busy.
Down 20, right?
Yeah, down 20 towards Brownsbridge.
Yep.
And Salem.
Right
well,
there
not
in that,
Salem.
It's in that shopping
Kroger?
center. Kroger?
Yeah, it's in the Kroger shopping center.
And it's kicking all those other nasty restaurants.
Man, there was a jerk chicken something down there one time. I tried to get a sandwich. We were in a hurry to McDonald's. I was like, I'm going to get a chicken. Yeah.
No.
I would have been better off going across straight to the BP and get like one of the pre-made ham sandwiches that have been there for 4 days. And the white bread's real soupy, soggy. I can suck it up with a straw.
Yeah.
I think when you buy those kind of sandwiches that have been there forever, they should just go ahead and have a blender right there. And you just go buy a little jug of milk, throw the sandwich in the blender and make it a milkshake and get a straw.
They get a sub shake.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just thinking it just
puree
like
it.
Protein shake at that point. All right, what do you got?
I wish you wouldn't look right in my eyes when you say that. Okay. Subway on
what
highway.
The protein of the shake?
Stop it. My lady humps. Okay. The Subway on 142 got a 95.
142.
Highway 142. They give a number.
That's the South Fork split or whatever. Isn't that 142 and 81? That's the only Subway I can think of.
I'm gonna be honest. Just because I'm reading this doesn't mean I know where they are. So look it up. It's 11166 Georgia Highway 142.
No, just keep going.
Yeah, that's what I say.
If I don't know where it is, it's not because of anything rude. It's just
it's because we don't.
Made it that far yet.
Yeah, we don't. We apparently don't travel that road.
All right, Rockdale County. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Church's Chicken, man, 89B. Now, let me tell you something. If a Subway,
a chicken place is a really hard place.
If a Subway can get a 95 with all that freaking uncooked stuff.
Well, and think about
around,
too, they now have the temperature probes, the little handheld digital temperature probes, and they walk by the Subway, and each like the olives have to be checked on temperature, the green onions have to be checked. I mean, everything has to be checked. So if they can make a Subway stay perfect,
yep.
I'm just saying, because there's, you got a lot to worry about in a Subway.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And then, tomatoes, like look at tomatoes. I always look at tomatoes because it doesn't take long for a cut or a sliced tomato to start getting El Mushko.
Well, the same with the lettuce. It doesn't take much for it to start browning.
And watery and everything.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the mayo. I'm on a kick about mayo, y'all.
Mayonnaise. Okay.
Gross.
So if a Church's can get a 89 and a Subway can get a 95, and Gigi's place over on Sigmund can get a 100.
I've been wanting to try that place.
Then why is it that Los Charros Mexican food restaurant at 1964 Georgia Highway 138 can get a 58?
And that's actually where we went.
And that's normally the one that has the better food.
Yeah, that's where we went Saturday after the prom, and every single one of us got sick. So now that
great.
makes sense.
And you know what sucks is
And that's true story.
the Honey Creek has better drinks
Yes.
because the bartenders and everybody else are always on it. And the food at 138 is always better. But then I know about, I don't know, a year or so ago, we're friends with the owner, so I'm definitely not trying to bash anything.
Yeah.
I just know they said that they were having a problem with like the head cook or something at one point in time. Now, again, that was over a year ago. But my only thought is if the score was that low, there had to have just been the guy just showed up at the wrong time.
Well, I don't know now. When we were in there Saturday
Because I mean
night,
they catch you for everything.
And that's a good thing.
well,
I mean they catch you for everything.
That is why we have these scores. And I'm just, you know what? I have been eating at that Los Charros forever. As long as I can
I've always
remember.
liked the one at Honey Creek better, but we decided
You're just showing
try that
favoritism
one.
because you eat that one because
the
it's
one at
next to
Honey
you.
Creek, the one on
the one on Honey Creek
138.
isn't next to me anymore.
Ken and I used to eat at this one all the
You're
time.
still an idiot. Let me find my idiot button, Stephanie.
You're an idiot.
Where did the
Do you live on the east side of I-20 or the west side of I-20?
I guess the east side, but I just
Where's the Honey Creek?
east,
Okay. Where's the 138?
west.
So if I said that you eat this one typically because it's next to you, what does that indicate?
That is next to.
Okay. So if we just said I-20 and then east and west, now let's look at it this way. The restaurant you used to be, if you were walking out the front door, you used to live to the west side of the restaurant, right? Yes, Stephanie, don't try to figure it out. Don't burn no brain cells.
The one at Honey Creek?
Yes, if you walked out the friggin' front door, you
I
live
guess
to the
so.
west of it. Well, if it's to your left, that's called the west.
Okay. We could walk to it if we wanted to. We could walk to
And
the Los
now-
Charros.
If you walk out the front door, you live to the right of it, which means you live to the east of it.
Just moving on up.
Just say yes, Stephanie. Don't
Yes,
spend too much time
Stephanie.
trying to figure this out. So now, typically, if I use the words, you just live right down the street from it, would that be correct?
Yeah. But I drive to Don Telio's and eat because Don Telio's by far is my favorite Mexican restaurant in
Because we're
Is that-
County.
Is that west of I-20?
moving on up.
Yes, Don
So
Telio's.
that means it's not right just down the street from you.
Nope, I have to
So
drive
can
to
we
it.
please go to some? Keep going, Mike. Keep going because
hell
this is
no.
burning
This
up
is a
brain
hell of a
cells.
lot more fun.
Anybody that has any comments about
This is a lot more fun.
somebody says Scott's going to throw the bell at her.
Redneck Stephanie and Cardinal headings.
But no, I've actually
Now I see
ate,
why you walk around in circles in your driveway. You get lost.
I've ate at that particular
You ate
Los
up.
Charros.
You have
a
eaten
cou-
where?
That particular Los Charros a couple of times
Which
and
one?
was not impressed.
Which one?
The 138 one.
Okay.
I
I've
really
always liked
wasn't
the,
impressed.
I've always liked the food there better.
Our food was cold
Well, that might have just been the one time.
both times.
Both times.
I gave it a second chance.
You've eaten there twice, and it's been there for how many years?
because
Now this
I
is Los Charles Mexican Restaurant number 1. This is the
That's the first one.
Yeah,
Yes. And then
Highway
Honey Creek's
138.
the second one.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Just
it was
go on to
awful.
another one.
Ugh.
Forget her. She's like, she can't even figure out what side of the road she lives on.
I've even drove to the Don Telio's.
You've driven.
Ugh.
Drove to the Don Telio's at the mall.
She's correcting
Oh my
you,
God.
correcting her.
Can we move to the next?
So what?
Restaurant.
Where's that one
It's
at?
gotta be a sports
DeKalb
talk
County.
radio show
I know,
I
so
could
is
get
that
a
north or
job
south of
on.
me?
I don't even like sports. Oh, and now I got to say this: the Golden Crust. Here we go, folks.
Keep going.
Where's that at?
1521 Georgia Highway 138. On
Is that
April 13th, they received a 98, which is an A.
Is that up there next to Cece's?
No, it's right at 1521 Georgia Highway 138. I am, you know what? I'd rather jab something sharp in my eye than try to give you directions after that little folly.
I don't know what to do with her. I think
Well-
from now on, anytime we have somewhere to go, we just need to send her like some longitude and latitude.
No. And don't give her a GPS because she will sit there looking at it going, "Now, damn,
I want everybody.
how you spell GPS?"
I want everybody to watch video. I want you to watch video.
Oh,
for a second. Here's what's
man.
going to happen. She's going to look at her phone and she's going to do this, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know am I left or right of that.
Damn,
And
Scotty,
it's going to be
you're
like,
wrong.
would you quit turning your phone counterclockwise?
Hey,
What do you
Travis,
mean I'm supposed to spin it clockwise? No, Stephanie, you're not supposed to spin your phone. You're supposed to just look at it and follow where the map tells you to go.
Hey,
I don't
Travis,
see no yellow brick road on this damn thing.
No,
Hey, Travis.
that's not always true. Because remember when we went and we used that GPS that one time,
But that's all, folks.
and it had us wanting to jump in the railroad
Yeah.
tracks.
It wanted you to jump.
Stephanie, but none of us were spinning the GPS around.
Why is it that I hear
It wasn't a
you-
Coke bottle saying, you got to kiss Bobby.
I can hear Scotty on the phone right now talking to Redneck Steph going, "You need to turn around." And Redneck Steph doing this. What?
I'm seat belted in. I can't turn around. No, Stephanie, the whole vehicle.
Travis.
No,
Scotty was wrong. Look, if you go like this right here, we take a left. Take a left
and it takes you back where you started.
every single time. Hey, a Groupon. All right.
We just
let's
had
see.
somebody say from a listener, these scores make me want to eat at home all the
Yes,
time.
I know.
Well, Mellow Mushroom got a good score.
Yeah, Mellow Mushrooms have
Hey,
always been
hey.
really good.
Who's reading this? Who's
Yeah,
reading
hurry up. Would you keep going then? Because she got hung up on Mexican food.
Are you really telling me to keep going
I-
after everything I,
I
say?
know.
You go into a 25-minute discussion.
Hey, who knew?
Trying to give Stephanie directions. Jesus,
Who
when are you
knew?
going to learn?
I know, right? No
Oh,
wonder
I'm
Travis
getting-
drives.
I'm getting from Travis. We live south of I-20. I-20 runs east and west.
I'm having to point out left and rights for your wife because your wife can't figure out her own left and her own right. So okay, Travis, let's look at facts. If I would have said, if you walked out the front door of the Mexican restaurant, Stephanie, did you live on the 3 o'clock position or the 9 o'clock position? Do you know that would have really confused her?
She'd go, "It's 420.
Exactly. I had to dumb it down as easy as I could because north is typically straight. If you're looking at it as the way it's supposed to be, north's up, south's down, west
And then
is
you have
left,
we.
east is right, and then you got Stephanie.
And no, we.
Hey, look at here.
Yeah. But you see my point. If I tried to say, do you live at a 3 o'clock position or a 2:15? Well, I didn't eat there at 2:15. So, golly, y'all, I tried to dumb it down the best I could. Please move forward, sir.
And you're wanting Travis to drive your van.
Travis is actually right, Stephanie.
I'm perfectly okay with Travis.
Stephanie, the fact that you now feel that Travis is wrong
Scares me.
is scaring me. Come on, Mike, save us. Keep moving forward.
No, it's got to be time for something. My
Moving along,
birthday.
kids. Moving along, kids. You're bothering me. You're bothering me.
Jenny's Calf. Now, I've never ate here. Jenny's Calf.
Jenny's Cat.
Cafe.
Cafe.
Never heard of it.
1794 Rockdale Industrial Boulevard. So it's probably one of those little places snuck away in the industrial park.
Yeah, they're over near Sealy Posturepedic Mattress Company. There's a little place.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
been there for
86.
years.
Okay.
I've actually eaten there once.
They've got an 86, which I'll take it.
They just do breakfast and lunch because it's for the industrial park.
Sounds good. Los Palmos on Sigmund Road got a 99. That's cool. McDonald's on Old Klondike Road got a 94. Mellows Place a Taste of the World got a 73.
Never heard of that place.
Here it is, a little itty bitty place that's supposed to be preparing the food when you order it, getting a bad score. Not good. Mellow Mushroom on Highway 20 got a 100. And Yogasaki!
Did you say that you're riding a Kawasaki?
Yeah, you ever notice that motorcycle sound?
Hey, could you please go back to
Just the way their
food store?
name is.
I shouldn't have distracted you.
Honda, Harley, Davis.
Okay.
It's Yuki, and I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks like yucky to me, but it's teriyaki and sushi on Highway 20. Got a 88, which is a B. Now look, if you're dealing with sushi or sashimi, which is the actual raw, and you're getting an 88,
You know, and that's
probably not going to see me.
My fear. I've always had the fear. My fear is If it's not continuously chilled at the right temperatures and I'm eating sushi, like, I mean, like we went to Tokyo and Monroe and it is so good. I've actually decided the next time that I want sushi, I'm driving right on into Monroe.
Oh, yeah. It's good. I mean,
I don't want to slam any businesses, but let me just say that the Tokyo there is better than the Tokyo here and the one in Stockbridge.
And look, when you're talking about my health,
it's like the evolution of man. You got Monroe, then you have Conyers, then you have Stockbridge.
I didn't know there was one in Stockbridge.
Yeah, I heard that. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I gotta go to
like all the other Stockbridge restaurants.
No, Taco Mac at Stockbridge is good, man. I like Taco
I've never
Mac.
had Taco Mac.
Keep going, Mike. What else you got?
Well, that's pretty much it. But you know what I'm doing is I'm taking it a step further while we're just sitting here, and I'm going to go to the.
Well, we need to go to commercial, so we're not just sitting here. We are just on a radio show.
Well, I'm
just
going to
trying to tell Stephanie how to get home.
I'm going to the Metro Health website, and I'm going to look. I'm going to reach a little deeper into these restaurant inspections. Let's see what they're talking about.
All right. Well, with that being said, we need to go to commercial. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Everybody's just funny about it.
Hanging.
And remember, we're only reading what is coming off of a newspaper, and we're throwing our little jab in there because it's supposed to be a comedy show. And we are allowed our own personal opinions. Like
I hate it.
Like it or not.
And we
be
have
right back.
Personal experiences there. I'm definitely.
Ace hole.
Whole ass.
Air blow my nose.
So this helmet I've been looking at, they say there's the only distributor / seller for this dealer helmet, blah, 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 is a BMW place. Like calling them up on the phone. Takes 20 minutes to finally get somebody on the phone. I said, look, you're supposed to be selling these helmets. I need to come down there and try one on. Oh, we don't sell those helmets. I'm like, listed as the only person in Georgia who carries these helmets. Oh, no, we don't carry them. We special order them to sell them. I went, well, that's
wow.
You ought to get one of those ones that in Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah, that's only like, 12.
Yeah.
Show you the one I am getting.
It's your head.
Watch this. I'll show you. Like off of friggin' Halo.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever see that thing I sent?
Look at that. Got the best peripheral vision on the market. Does all sorts of really cool. Show you a picture of it as the stages that it does. So it has a chin bar. You can wear it as a full face. The chin bar comes out. The shields come off, so you can wear it as totally open face with a vent, open butt with the face bar, motocross style. I mean, it's just so cool. It'd be one helmet instead of carrying two.
I was just going to say, can they, on the face shields like that, can they ever make those prescription?
Ooh. Because how stupid would that be? I don't mean insult. How stupid would that be? It's prescription. Up your thing due to rain or mud or anything, and then you can't see. Supposed to be like a windshield. You know what I mean? To keep a rock in your eyes or bugs and stuff like that. Uh-huh. Hot down here this moment.
You ever had that Susie's Best Wings?
He's peeing.
I don't want to hear it.
What are you doing,
No.
pal?
I wonder if this would be your Wendy's that we love so much. 2340. No, that's. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering.
One would say Georgia.
I hope they both would say Georgia. Okay, this one's Conyers.
Now they're
Who?
Rockdale Citizen needs help.
Base got an A and a 96.
Newspaper people are rude.
Well, I went in there because they printed something incorrectly and they didn't want to fix it.
Mike turned it on.
You're an electrician by trade, right?
Wingnut got.
Power his.
Problem is it's a motor. And a windmill is great as long as wind. Oh, and solar's great as long as the sun.
Well, the solar power.
I know. Well, it does in percentages. It still works in sunny time. But
up where he lives,
the thing I've tried to explain to people, sell all these green batteries, and it's actually better to get the batteries out of forklifts. Because those are the ones that can actually handle running a motor for hours at a time. I've actually seen a few of those in houses. They're actually pretty awesome. All right. And to be back. How you doing? So what do we got? What do you have? Can you imagine the varsity getting their health inspection? Good Lord. By the way, I was just thinking about that.
We can look it up.
Yeah,
Check it out. I want to see the Claremont Lounge health inspection. And let's bring this up. The health department doesn't check just restaurants. I mean, all tattoo studios have to go through it because the sanitation stuff. Think of doctors' offices have to go through it.
Yeah, I don't really know the.
Can you imagine
degree, but
the Claremont, the strip club?
Well, I mean, we had. Okay, obviously I worked at the Oasis, and we had to go through the tips class. We had to go to the safe serve class. We had to do all that stuff, and then you have to have people that are in the establishment that can teach the classes. That was kind of my thing. So, but this was years ago. But back then, tips was pretty simple. Tips was about a 4-hour class and a really stupid test. And basically what it said was, it would show a video, and it was on Stephanie's VHS system, and it would go like this. It would say, "This is story A. A pregnant woman comes into your bar and orders, Jack Daniels. Do you serve her?" And so, stuff like that. It was pretty dumb. I remember everybody would always pass. There was always one guy every 6 months that didn't pass because he always wanted to argue this one question. And it would, so he couldn't serve. So he was a bouncer anyways, but it was one of those things. Bouncers could serve. We needed the help. Wow, man. Jacob is on a roll. He's telling me to shut up. He's telling me he's going to choke me in my sleep. Well, hey, get this. I'm going to shank you. How about that?
Man, these are threats. I heard that.
Well, he's handicapped, so it's not like I'm going to have to go that far.
Do we have anything of interest this morning? Okay, while everybody's trying to not do anything.
Oh,
you were just doing
is
something.
running
I was in the
slow.
Your thingy's running slow.
I hate when that
Can we
happens.
say that we've heard that about you?
Yep.
And that's not the first time either.
Well, that's so Travis doesn't have to chase you that far.
So
I'm not reading that.
You're not reading what?
That right there, man. Why do you send? I don't want that.
I'll
read this one.
I'm going to point out something. It's
read
not
this
really
one.
up to you about what you want to read.
I'll read that.
It's a show.
Look at that.
It's a show, and we're supposed to be covering the news and stuff like that.
Cute.
So,
a piece of me. Britney Spears poses sexy.
Shut up. There's a video attached that we were going to play.
Hell yeah, there is.
But I don't see the video.
I took it off. It
was a girl doing a news report, so that's what I was going to try to play. And
Britney's still
I don't
hot.
see
She's
it. When you see it from a pad, apparently it does it. So let me go through the pad.
The other one, homosexual couple faces trial for raping at least 5 of their non-adopted sons. I don't want to read that because I'm going to travel to where they are and I'm going to beat the snot out of them.
But at the same time, I need you, when you read these things, some stuff we don't want to read. I got that. But we just discussed what the headline was about. Now listen to this. This is actually pretty interesting. It's odd. It's actually odd. Of course, it's gonna have a commercial first.
Is it Britney? Is it about Britney?
60.
Hold on.
Bitch.
Oops, I did. Oh, sorry.
So, man, y'all.
Turn me out, huh?
All right, here we go.
We rather see J-Lo's just because of the level of dancing that she provides.
Iggy Azalea opens up about her feud with Nicki, what Britney Spears made her do, and why she's open about her plastic surgery on Watch What Happens Live. Well, Iggy Azalea keeping it super, super real on Watch What Happens Live on Bravo. In fact, some of you guys might even be surprised by some of the stuff she revealed.
This is actually weird when you hear this.
Iggy is one of the few stars out there to be really open and honest about the plastic surgery she's had done, including a nose job and a breast augmentation. She explained to Andy Cohen that she thinks stars need to be honest about getting work done, especially when it's something as obvious as your nose, because everyone's seen
There's nothing worse than a star hiding what they've done when you can clearly see it.
That she has definitely got a point there. So when it came to the subject of Nicki Minaj criticizing her for not writing her own songs, Iggy kind of called Nicki out for doing the same thing, saying this: I have just as many people on my writing credits as she has on hers.
Yeah.
I know I write mine, and if she writes hers, I believe her too. But you can't look at the credits and be like, oh, look at this massive difference. It's the same number of people on both. And a fiery response from Nicki on Twitter coming at us in 3, 2, but perhaps the most bizarre moment of Iggy's interview was when she explained what happened before Britney Spears came to her place for lunch once while the singers were collaborating on Pretty Girls. She explained to Andy Cohen that Britney had a team of people go over to her house, look around a bit to make sure she wouldn't be any sort of bad influence or try to give her anything. Iggy said of the experience this: I was like, I promise I'm not going to do anything bad. I just want to have lunch. I mean, I don't do anything weird. I don't have like a crack den. What? That's a pretty intense lunch meeting, but
can you imagine?
At least we got a really great song.
Cool.
Life, right? So now I want to know, guys, what do you think about this stuff plus everything else Iggy had to say on Watch What Happens Live? Get the convo going. You know where to do it, down in the comments.
So how do y'all feel about that? I believe, and this is just an opinion, but that's all it is an opinion, that if you're going to have plastic surgery, why even hide it? Like, there was comments that Britney Spears had, breast enhancement years and years ago.
Yes, she did.
There's the other stuff about Christina Aguilera that apparently had stuff like that done as well. And it just makes you wonder why it's such a big secret. Like, you can clearly tell that some of these people have had nose jobs. Like, you can clearly tell. Why make a hidden thing about this? Jennifer Aniston had a nose job.
What?
So what?
I think she had nipple implants.
Wow.
I'm serious.
She had a boob job that apparently, I figured you being the guy that was in that business realm would understand that sometimes when women get boob jobs, depending on if it's under the muscle or over the muscle, it will make those things keeping this as PG-13 as I can. It will keep them looking ice cold all the time.
Oh,
I figured you would know that.
Iced tea or Ice Cube or something.
So, we've always talked about Jennifer Aniston never looked her age. Last night we were watching previews of the new movie that she's in.
Mother's Day.
And for the first time ever, my wife's kind of like, holy cow, for the first time, she actually looks her age. Like the up close on camera, you see the wrinkles in her eyes, her face, her cheekbone area. And it's not knocking her because she's still super attractive. Yeah, but she's never looked it. My wife's like, Meet the Millers, she still looked like she was 28 years old.
Now, what was the movie?
Horrible Boss 1 and 2.
She was hot.
I mean, look, when she broke out of that good girl image and she's half naked with the doctor jacket on, I was in the movie looking at my wife going, good God Almighty, we've never seen Jennifer Aniston look like that. I mean, because she's always been the good girl.
She was talking dirty too.
Yeah, I didn't know she was 47. I just looked it up, looked her age up.
Oh, I thought she was older than that. True.
But the thing too is I think she just turned 50. We'll look and see when that news report came out that you're reading, because I think it showed on like Entertainment Tonight or something a couple of weeks ago where she turned 50.
50.
Hey, but I know after the whole Brad Pitt left her for Angelina, she was always known as the good girl. Well, then Horrible Bosses come out and we're kind of like, hey, she's trying to shed the image, if you will.
Now,
she was born February 11th, 1969.
Okay. We were just asking because there was something about her turning 50 on ET Tonight. Or ET Tonight. That would be ET, Entertainment Tonight.
RSP.
Are you actually trying to say something?
Yeah, what was the last movie?
You just kept saying,
Well, that's because y'all interrupt every time you open your mouth.
We're gonna have to start making a thing where you just don't go if you got nothing coming out of your mouth, just close it.
Maybe we can do like a
no, we're no more uhs. We're all so bad about doing it, and we've all picked up the habit and made it worse. Jeff Matthias counted like 145 coming out of Alex's mouth. Alex was doing a show and Jeff was riding home from work. This has been about a month or two ago. And he said he counted Alex say that many times. But Rich does it. I do it. You do it. We all do it. We got to quit saying it. Now, what was you attempting to say?
What was the movie that Jennifer Aniston did about 2 years ago where she was like homeless or something? I never saw it. It looked horrible. I don't watch that movie.
I actually tried to watch
it. Good Girl or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I never did get around to it.
It looked just, I'm not, why do they think they have to do roles outside of what they're already casting?
Because they want to show that they're not just typecast as one person.
But she is.
What? So
just because she's only the hot girl to you,
she should only play hot girls.
Man, to Meet the Millers was just friggin' awesome. She did such a good job in that movie.
And like you said, Horrible Bosses. I never really liked Horrible Bosses 2, but Horrible Bosses 1.
2 was not.
Yeah,
it was
1. She was a hottie.
Yeah. All right, how about this? We'll move to this one. So it says, let me start it back over.
Jeff Matthias, where you at?
Two women arrested after child found in hot car, Nashville strip club.
What kind of stupid
Georgia. CBS 46 salutes Mottlick and Associates,
and of course,
with dedicated attorneys who work hard to
be a stupid commercial for a second, and I can't really say nothing.
For our communities.
I mean, hello, that's the world we live in. I'm enlarging a little bit so that I can see it. But
Make it
here we
large.
A mom and her friend are accused of leaving a 9-month-old baby outside Deja Vu strip club on Demumbrian Street. That mother was inside on an audition. The baby was found in a heavy coat, drenched in sweat. Channel 4's Carly Gordon is live in the newsroom with details. Carly.
Tom, the baby is fine, but tonight medics say she's lucky. And now that it's getting warmer, they want to remind parents it does not have to be that warm outside, and it does not take long before the situation can turn dangerous and even deadly.
If you got to remind me not to leave my kid.
We're at Deja Vu yesterday afternoon. According to police, McMurtry was auditioning. Situation can turn dangerous and even deadly. Kelsey McMurtry and her friend Summer Taylor were at Deja Vu yesterday afternoon. According to police, McMurtry was auditioning to be a stripper there. Taylor was watching, but no one was outside watching McMurtry's 9-month-old baby. Someone called 911 to report that a child had been left in a hot car with the windows rolled up.
Parents don't really realize the inside of a car is like a greenhouse, so it gets exceedingly hot, exceedingly quickly.
It was 72 degrees at the time. Police estimate that if the child was left in the car for 20 minutes, it would have been 101 degrees inside the car. 30 minutes, 106 degrees. Witnesses told the officers the infant was in the car alone for at least 30 minutes. Medics rushed the baby to the hospital. Police took McMurtry and Taylor to jail. They both now face neglect charges because Taylor, they say, was supposed to be watching the child.
There is no time that is acceptable time for a child to be left alone in a car. It's as simple as that.
Purnima Uni is the Pediatric Trauma Injury Prevention Program Manager at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. She says most of the time, parents don't mean to hurt their children.
They think they can just go out and come back quickly, but that few minutes can make a huge difference.
Last year, there were 24 children who died after being left in hot cars. Already this year, there have been 2.
The child's body temperature rises 3 to 5 times faster and higher than an adult. So, anything like at 104 degrees, you find the internal organs of the child shutting down. And when it's 107 degrees, we can see near death.
Now, medics suggest parents leave a cell phone in the back seat of a car or a stuffed animal in the front, something to remind you there's a baby on board. That way you don't accidentally leave your child in a hot car. Also, they say if you see something, say something. Again, it could mean the difference between life and death. Back to you.
It just gets me. You find yourself when you get ready to walk to the bathroom, you go, I'm going to grab my phone.
Yeah.
And you leave your house, you're like, oh my God, my phone. How do you not see importance in your kid? Like, Mike, I need you to come down here real quick. Hold on. I got Zaylee. I mean, I'm smarter than that. Or at least I'm dumb on a lot of levels, but I'm smart enough to put her as a priority.
I'm not going to lie to you. At night when we come in to do the shows, and I call you down here, it's so I can see Zaylee.
I'm just kind of blown away. It's just like, what is the
man?
What is it that you're thinking or not thinking?
Somebody's got to explain this to you on the radio too, or on TV. They got to say, "Hey, don't forget your kid."
I mean, you accidentally forget your wallet, you forget your purse, you forget, groceries sometimes in your car, but you don't forget your kid.
Well, apparently 24 people do.
All right, I'm calling that phone number back, which is most likely Jeff Matthias because it said Norcross.
Uh-oh. I just have a hard time believing you accidentally forget your kid.
Yeah, this guy Ross Harris too. He needs to fry.
That's not warehouse.
Yeah, I was trying to get a hold of Jeff Matthias.
Oh, here you go, sir.
He called me sir.
Good morning.
He don't know me very well, does he?
What's happening?
What's up with you?
I don't know. Mike told me to call, so.
Yeah, well, who really listens to him? I had no idea he told you to call.
Well, that's because Scotty kept going,
No, I was bringing up the fact that you had counted so many ums one night, and I said that we've got to start counting our trying not to talk like
So my question was
every now and then it makes you thinking about what you're saying. You're not just going to open your mouth up and spit out whatever.
That's what we do.
Makes it funny.
That means that Alex thinks a lot. It was insane that night. But I do want to clarify something.
Okay.
It is your fault that I interrupted your me time this morning because you always state that you're in front of the mic at 6:30 in the morning getting things going.
Whatever.
So, hence the text.
Mm-hmm. By 7, I'm always downstairs by 7.
I didn't know you were in your underoos on the sofa watching Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Well, if I was in my underwear watching what Mike watches, then you would have to take the R out of that.
Yep. Fraggle Ock.
No. Out of the first word.
Oh, now see you're.
Oh my God. Never mind. Mike can ruin a good joke. Stephanie, it's called Fraggle Rock.
Look at Steph's face.
Okay, Stephanie. It's called everybody pay attention, Stephanie.
Okay.
If I was in my underwear watching TV
at Kinko's
and I was watching Fraggle Rock and I quickly said, take the R out of the word, what would the first word be called? And don't pronounce it, Stephanie, but try to pronounce it in your own head. Have you figured out what it would be called?
Because I'm moving on up.
Stephanie, just yes or no.
You don't say nothing.
Did you figure out what I was making a joke about? It's called a one-liner. It's called comedy.
You said I can't say it, though.
But did you know, just yes or no, did you understand what the word would be?
Say
yes.
East.
Honest, look at me and honestly, don't just say yes to shut me up.
Turn left.
No.
Do you honestly know what the word would be without an R?
Turn left.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what it means, but yes.
How do you not know what it means?
GPS.
Told her
Stephanie.
to think about it.
Pause.
Told her to think about it inside her head. And it sounded
Stephanie.
like a pinball machine.
Okay, if you Stephanie, please write the word down. All right.
It's a trick.
Now, what does the first 3 letters of that sentence mean?
Well,
And
yeah.
it doesn't mean cigarette. So if I said I was sitting in nothing but my underwear watching TV, it would be called. Do you get the joke now?
No.
Yes or no? You still don't get the joke?
No, I don't get the joke. But you can
Jesus
explain it off
Christ.
air.
I'm gonna
But
have to explain. How many listeners get what the
God.
joke is, and Stephanie can't grab it? Go ahead, Jeff. Please remind me to come back to this when we go off air, Steph, so I can try to
Help the
explain this
lady
to you.
out.
Our breaks aren't that long.
Help the lady out, and instead of using you in your underwear in front of TV, use Mike in his underwear.
No.
If Zach was in his underwear watching TV,
Ha. I don't wear underwear.
does that make sense?
Listener.
Yeah.
Never mind, Stephanie.
Womp, womp, womp.
Okay, anybody else?
How about them
Jeff, how about them
trees?
trees, man?
Trees are doing good. Trees are growing.
There's a sushi place called Yucky.
And no, Jacob,
Does anybody
that's not
else
my
get
family
what the
reunion.
joke is? Because let me know if I'm the only one that sees this and finds it funny.
You're the only one who sees it, and it's not funny.
Do you get what I was saying?
Yes, of course.
You're
Fraggle Ock.
so wrong, you idiot.
Turn left.
I'm gonna have to go off air and mute mics to explain this to these goobers.
We understand it. It's more fun screwing with
Stephanie doesn't. Look at her face.
Well, I
she
can't-
honestly doesn't get it.
Jeez, you're asking me to like dig up a caveman and teach him something.
This explains why the hair's off your knuckles, because you're still dragging them. Stephanie, that is, not Mike.
I was about to say.
So I know your topic was like about an hour ago. I sent you a text and I realized it took forever for it to go through.
What was it?
Yeah, pay your
But
bill.
when y'all were discussing the pizza box,
Yes.
Yes.
it's a conspiracy. This guy is working directly with it. Has nothing to do with the pot, the smoking. He's working directly with the pizza company. Because after you get done smoking the box, you get the munchies, you have to order another pizza.
Oh.
Wow.
See, beings that
It's
I'm
a
not a
conspiracy,
pothead,
conspiracy.
I don't get that.
Wow. You know what scares me is I listened to that whole thing.
And you still didn't get it?
No, I got it. I should know better than to listen to Matthias. Listen. Matthias. You got to admit, it's kind of hard to say. Matthias.
Matthias. What?
Or
They call him
Nesbitt.
enthusiasm, Mathis.
What?
My nickname actually at work is Mathiacal.
Well, Stephanie's
Mythical.
mathematical.
Mathematical.
Do you get that one, Mike? Do
I
you get
love
that
that.
one? Okay.
Now, was that meth medical?
That's even better.
Woo, we're in a drunken state. Woo, it's 420.
I just had the phone in since Mike called me, so I need to scoot you back to work.
All right, man.
How's your lovely wife?
My lovely wife is absolutely gorgeous. She's doing well. We're all running insane with the store closing and everything else.
You guys going to be around Saturday?
Is there any good stuff I need to come out there and see, by the way?
Saturday.
I'm at work till 7 Saturday.
Oh, well, you'll probably
I'm
miss
in
the
outlet
debate.
center till 10.
What about next Saturday on the 30th at Mill
Next
Street?
Saturday, about a half a day. I know we got a wedding coming up. One of the couples that was at our wedding.
Yeah, nobody cares about
We've
that.
been so busy. It's like we've got the RSVP card on our,
Well,
our
just
refrigerator to remind us. And
there you go.
lady
How's that
called us.
working out? No,
Yeah,
you.
lady called me yesterday going, are y'all coming or not? We hadn't heard from you.
Wow,
Oops.
if somebody's getting married and they're calling each individual person, they don't have a lot of good friends. What?
Don't
It's
say-
serious.
Listen, but you don't say it out loud.
Oh my God.
There's
Well, no,
some stuff you
Jeff.
don't say out loud.
Jeff and Brianna are my friends, and I would like to see them at the Mill Street Music Festival on the 30th.
Well, they just got to be your friends. They're
Because
our friends.
I don't care about you.
Because Mike don't have a whole lot. Let him have what he can try to have.
Yeah. Mathematical.
Bite me. You're drunk.
All right, brother. Well, have
Let
a
me
good
give you
day.
my
Y'all get
finger.
to your commercial.
Yes,
I'll holler
man.
at you later.
All right, see you later.
Bye, peeps.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. This song right here, because we overtalked our two commercials. This song right here, which I'm going to start over, goes out to Steph. for her celebrating 420. We'll be right back. If I say 10-4, do you get confused? We'll be right back, everybody.
10-4 times 2. Or 410 times 2.
28.
210 times 2.
Hey, listen to this. Listen to this. Okay, you know Russ Harris, right?
Yeah, I'm trying
the guy
to find something.
who lost or who killed his kid, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find something.
Hold on one second.
Oh, there's
hold
a
on.
there's
Yeah,
now you get the joke.
I get it now. I get it now.
Okay.
I get
All right,
it
Mike,
now.
go back to where you
listen.
at.
The 8th.
Hold on,
count.
I got Steph is dumb. This is from he. Steph is a dummy. Or she's celebrating 420 awfully early. Go ahead.
Is there a specific time you got to get stoned? I mean,
Not on 420.
Wake and bake. I mean, come on.
all right, check this out. You know, this guy's got like 8 charges against him. Right? Ross Harris, the guy who left the kid in the car. Cooper.
Oh yeah, that dude.
Okay, listen to the 8th count. I'm reading right from the freaking.
Where did you find it at? Because I can't.
Go to 11alive.com.
11 Alive? Okay.
Yeah. Now you got to listen to this. This is hilarious. Like when he comes back, he's going to let me read it.
I know, right?
Will not. No, I don't think so. Well, this is an actual legal document, but you got to read what it says. This dude is scum. This dude is scum.
Right, so
Okay, he has 8 counts against him.
Mm.
If you want me to read that, I got a list of all the counts, but it's the 8th one that really just gets you. Okay, listen to me. Listen to it. Ross Harris with the offense of dissemination of harmful material to minors. Annotated code.
this is the dude for putting his kid in the car?
Yes, Cooper. Killed Cooper. All right. For that set occurred between the 6th day of March 2004 and the 15th day of June 2004. Did knowingly disseminate and furnish to, and it's been enacted because it's a minor female under the age of 18, a photograph and visual image of a portion of the human body which depicted sexually explicit nudity, to wit, a photograph and visual image of a male in a state of undress so as to expose the male's genitalia, and of a depiction of an uncovered male genitalia.
What the hell are we talking about?
In a discernible turrid state.
Okay, what exactly is that saying in English?
He sent a picture of his
sent
junk.
Pictures of his boner to an underage girl while his kid was cooking in the car.
Holy cow.
What a freaking blurred bag, man.
Yeah, and that's evidence.
This is one of the felony counts against.
All right, well, without giving all the weird logical detail, start it, explaining it, and just go blah, 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 because there's so much other that doesn't matter.
I know, I'm just saying that.
But where did you find that, Mike?
11 Alive. Hold on, this is a PDF.
Okay,
Because
because I found.
Yeah, go to the 11 Alive website.
I'm on there.
Okay, and it's prosecutors.
All right, shh.
Ross Harris spoke of needing escape
We're
morning.
going back live.
Look at that adorable.
And we're back. Y'all, are you going to continue researching for just a second?
Well, I mean, I've
okay, so explain what you were just trying to tell us on break.
Okay, well, a couple of days ago, you guys asked me to follow the Cooper Harris.
Yes, we've had people actually ask us to follow it and try to keep up with the more important kind of stuff than what the regular news people are just kind of posting. Because they're beating around the bush on a lot of this.
Yeah, and I think
we're a little more cutthroat.
Yeah, definitely. I think the best way to do that kind of stuff is to look at the actual legal documents,
Right, but what
And-
you just read is like 75 words of nonsense.
Well, that's because that's the way legal documents
I
are.
know that, but I need you to give me the Cliff Note version,
Okay.
so that
8
normal
counts.
people can understand it.
This guy's got 8 counts against him. All right, one is malice murder, felony murder, so cruelty to children, obviously, criminal.
You
attempt.
disgust me.
Yeah, this guy. Okay. 7 and 8 are dissemination of harmful material to minors. Okay, this dirtbag.
So in legal terms, what does that actually mean?
You know what? Without reading all this, he was basically taking pictures of his junk and sending it to a girl under 18 years old.
While his kid was in the car.
Cooking.
And this is all evidence admissible in court.
And they have this stuff from the 6th of March.
And some people say we shouldn't be
15th of
judging this
June.
guy without proof.
Yeah.
But if you have this evidence.
Yeah. Well, actually, the full term of all of this would be from the first day of March 2014 all the way to the 15th day of June. So March, April, May, June, they've got this guy basically sexing with.
So I'm going to make an
girls.
assumption that he wanted out his marriage and didn't want to pay child support and thought this was his way out.
Yeah, it's already been said.
That's just an
that,
opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's
that that's
absolutely disgusting.
I don't even
the
know
sexting thing, no. What he did to his child, yes.
You know,
You disgust me.
I can't see one. Okay, you know, I
are one pathetic loser.
I have to look at it. You know,
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, because I mean, I have children and grandchildren, so
Yep.
I have to not go off the handle. Maybe
Well, there's
tonight on
already
my
other
show.
people I was watching on the show
Yeah.
this morning. I mean, on the news this morning that are saying they just don't even want to be part of the jury. At
Yeah.
this point, that they're ready to bail.
But oh god,
That's my
I mean, how-
opinion. That's my opinion
One,
based
you know,
on what I was hearing.
listen.
There's people saying, "Listen, I don't want to be part of this."
In reality, we could all be wrong. He's only accused of this stuff, but currently, what I'm seeing,
What did the conspiracy theories and all these other people say that this secret government planted all this? I mean,
in this country, we are innocent until proven guilty.
I know, but
I
that's
fought for
horrible.
those rights and freedoms. That's why I fight for people of other religions speaking their
hey,
mind.
he don't want to be married, no problem. Once you're locked up, you can have as many boyfriends as you want, and you don't have to worry about being married ever again.
You know, and you know, I don't believe in the death penalty. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that.
I got such a
Really?
hard part with that because I don't believe that we should be feeding you for 14, 15, 18, 27,000 years.
I don't.
I believe we
in the
should.
death penalty.
Well, okay, then I believe we should put you on a little bitty island and just leave you. I just don't believe that we should be feeding you, clothing you, educating
I
you,
think,
taking care of your health care.
I think Jacob and I
When
had
you
this discussion.
when you've killed somebody,
I say send your ass to the moon. I say
that's what I'm
colonize the
getting at.
moon.
Is,
You guys
but-
got to grow your own food. You
yeah,
got
but I don't
to
want to.
kill each other.
Well, I don't want us to spend money to send them there.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
y'all
but we're just doing it anyways with the research.
I gotta go get a surprise guest real quick.
Sure, that'd be great.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know.
How do we have a surprise?
Because
guest?
if you don't let
When
us
we-
know
when we already got
leave,
we
I
already
get
got
yelled
another
at.
guest coming.
Well, now we have a secret guest.
Okay.
coming. But Scottie, I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, you got babies too, you know. What?
You are an idiot, Stephanie. It's
Well,
okay.
don't let
Stephanie.
Bella out.
Don't let Bella out.
She'll
And
go.
plus, if we got a guest, I need you to be educated enough to go, Scottie, we might need to lock Bella up.
There's only so many people on this radio show.
I can't help this, Stephanie. You can't just walk away from a microphone. So is this a guest that I need to go lock my dog up?
But
That doesn't change the fact of should I go lock my dog up if it's a guest. Oh, yeah. Y'all give me a second. Let's go to a commercial.
yeah, go to a commercial.
I can't hear you. I got
I can't.
headphones on.
I got to do my show tonight. so
We'll
I don't
be
wanna-
right back, everybody. Welcome to Wacky Stephanie is in charge of herself radio, where we don't know what to expect. We'll be right back.
Just for fun, we'll be back.
We'll be right
I don't
back.
know about Stephanie, but just for fun, we'll be back. You can't do anything.
Understand you. I can't even see.
Who is it? No.
Got to be better than this, man. Goodness gracious. All right, everybody, we're back. We had a guest.
Now, when you say we had a guest, what happened?
They're dealing with it outside. But Stephanie told somebody where we were and how to find us, but didn't put 1 and 2 together that if you're telling somebody the address, that means they're on the way.
And this is a super secret studio.
And when you can't just take your headphones up and say, we got a guest and walk off because I got to lock the dog up. I got to this, I got to that. And on top of that, she's standing there with the door open and she's talking about the geese being, the geese have now had babies and I usually run the geese off, but I'm letting them because they got the babies. They're eating grass and stuff.
Aww.
So here she stands with the friggin' door open and I tell Bella, come on. And she says, come on. And Bella runs for the door that's open. Hey, you got the geese in the yard. You got the guest who's a top secret. We don't know who it is walking around the house. I'm like, Jesus Louises. This is like the other day when she just stood up and walked away from the microphone. She has been celebrating 420 way too early today.
But she did tell us this time. We're getting better.
Oh, yeah. We got a guest as she walked off, where last time she just walked off. So she is improving. But I got people like Rich Archer texting me going, what the heck just happened?
We were talking about the Ross Harris case.
And Alex says, you should let her run her own show.
Under adult supervision.
It'd be like Stoner Radio.
It's for what? We could call it Puff Puff Pass.
All
right.
And what night is it? Yeah, it's Redneck Steph night.
Every night is Redneck.
What are we going to talk about tonight? Wrestling, I guess. I don't know what? Oh, fun radio. That's right. It sound like Buddha doing his little infomercial that time when he's like, "You're listening to fun radio." That's where all the guests sit.
Yeah, I got it.
He's on his way too. We'll deal with that when he gets here. Ricky Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Oh, yeah. What a morning. What a morning. I see now this is why Stephanie has to learn that it's puff, puff, pass and not just puff, puff, pass out. Because you apparently don't know the order of things around here. There is a pecking order. Or, in your case, Stephanie, there is a puffing order.
No, I didn't do that this morning. What are you talking about?
Biatch, if you didn't, you need to.
You are attacking me with that thing. Like, seriously.
He's trying to treat it like his date last night.
I guess so. I bet she didn't stay long, did she?
He didn't stay up long either. I mean,
Are you going to do the camera or you want me to do the camera?
I don't know. Let's just get the mic working first.
Okay. Well, that's what I was saying.
Speak, please.
Mic work?
No.
I don't know why the mic's not on.
Mic's on.
All right, try one more time.
Crystal just showed up.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Z.
Hi, Jaylee.
Lordy.
What a morning.
Huh? What? No, I needed the Advil migraine.
Zaylee.
The gel
Her
ones.
hair's getting so much longer.
Give me a kiss. You want to say hey?
Hi, Zaylee. Buddy.
Oh, I thought she was going to go, hi, Zaylee.
What does a motorcycle do?
Jesus.
What's a dinosaur sound like? Why is Pop bothering you? How do you feel with the microphone in your face?
Are you all of a sudden amused?
I was about to say.
Do you think Will Smith is donating money to terrorism?
Do you think that Wesley Snipe has an anti-terrorist group?
Do you think that Pop doesn't put enough Mio in your drink after school?
Would you like some chapstick?
Have you peed your diaper?
Yeah, she's on the chapstick.
Do you got to make poo-poo?
Yes.
That one was towards you, Mike.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
I love
Bye,
you.
Pop.
I love you.
Bye, Zaylee.
And I'm not saying that to Mike.
Yes, you were. I saw you were looking at me when you
But
said
I do
it.
have the question, Mike. Do you have to make poo-poo?
I already did.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so
Stephanie.
our poor guest.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody, as you're texting away.
Are you sexting?
Yes, I'm sexting while my guest is here.
Doing that to me.
She just said that was perfect.
Wait a minute. Did you just pop a nudie off under the table, or did you send her one from this morning?
Step hit the send button, and our guest looked at her phone. That was perfect.
Bathroom shot when you're sideways.
It was when she was sitting upstairs watching Fraggle Rock this morning in her underwear.
Now, is that Fraggle Rock or is that Fraggle minus the R?
Yeah. Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Ooh, mathematics.
So, Steph,
Yes.
tell everybody who we have.
We have Missy here live in the studio.
Hey, Missy.
Hello.
I attacked Missy with a microphone. I apologize.
It's
Yes.
all right. I'm used to
It's probably not the first time she's had a mic attacked her.
No, not at all.
And by the end of the show, this one might be attacking you.
Why do you think I said have her sit on
She's
the
not single.
Like,
She's married.
like so what?
Well,
No, wait, I'm not,
engaged.
I'm not married yet. Just
Yeah.
engaged.
Okay, so you're saying I got a chick.
You should have went with me. You should.
She's going to need your credit report, your medical
That's
report,
okay.
your mental
That's
health
okay.
card,
Oh,
and
now
how many
look.
times. Yeah.
You're gonna throw the mental health card out there.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm going by the shrink today, so I can get an update.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you need to go by the enlarged too. Go ahead.
Well, as the listeners know, on Monday I gave a challenge out there about donating platelets, and Mike and I are going to be donating platelets. Don't look at me like that, Mike.
No, we just
Oh.
kicked each other. We
Y'all
both,
stop playing
we both threw our
feetsies.
feet out at the same
That's it.
time.
I'm putting my shoes back
You can
on.
tell we both have leg problems because we're always stretching our legs
Well,
out.
and they flop around, you know. I got restless.
but the gentleman that we will be donating our platelets in honor of, because we don't necessarily know that they will actually be using ours for Charlie, is Missy's dad.
Yes.
And he's undergoing his bone marrow transplant on the 27th.
On the 27th, yes. He starts the chemo on Friday. Tomorrow he has the port put in. He starts radical chemo on Friday for 5 days, and then we do the transplant.
Wow. And
It's been quite a ride.
I hate to sound like a perv, but I need you to get closer to that object.
Need to get closer to Mike.
Okay. How's
There you
not
go.
that Mike, though. That
Okay.
Mike.
Can I act like I'm karaoke?
Yeah, you can just
Sure.
just maintain a 4-foot distance between you and this gentleman right
You
here.
want to do a duet?
Hey, maybe.
The love boat
Oh, no.
will be making another run.
Yeah, we're
I
singing
mean,
that.
I mean, look, her hair is done very nice. She's all tan. She looks
Yeah, I told y'all
great.
I have nice friends, but y'all never believe me.
Well, there's
Y'all
a
think
reason
that
why we
I'm
don't-
just
Hello.
friends with the Porterdale
Okay.
group.
You
Oh,
did.
You went there. Wow.
Wow,
Or
you
excuse
did
me,
introduce
wait a
us to
minute.
Heath.
West
Yeah, because
okay?
Porterdale's a little above your standards.
Jeez.
Yeah, West Porterdale.
West Porterdale.
You did bring Heath in here, so
Yeah, if you bring a dude in that wears a mask because of their ugliness, there's something to be said there.
and he looks like a door.
I mean, listen, it's one thing that you've been a double bagger most of your life.
Oh,
Wow.
But
wow.
I don't mean that you needed them. I'm talking about the guys you've been with.
no,
needed
that's
bags.
not the way it sounded.
I didn't
Excuse
mean
me.
I just mean her friends are ugly. They need double
Well, thank
bags. Not you. I'm just gonna shut
And
up. Now.
Just for Fun Radio is going to go
Good
to a
in-mouth.
commercial break.
I'm just. Can I get some salt with that shoe? Please, Steph. I will just shut up. You carry on.
Well, she's one of my oldest.
Said
Well,
that.
Travis
I
and
can't
I's
believe I said
oldest
that.
friends. She's
Stephanie's
more
a
like
two-bagger.
family.
Yep.
That's
For about over 20 years. And actually, my dad dated her aunt
yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
And you know what? That doesn't impress us.
No.
She's been with her cousin. So
Yeah. Well, that
Wait,
was-
is this the same cousin? The aunt cousin?
No, other
Okay,
side of
just
the
figured that
family.
It's the north side or
yeah.
the east side?
The moss
over
don't even
I-20?
grow on this tree.
Okay, let's go back to the
No limbs, no moss, no leaves.
I'm just
No,
going
it
to give
just
y'all a
goes
little bit of
circle.
history. This is my dad's third bout with cancer.
Man.
Oh, okay.
2001, esophageal cancer, had surgery for that. And then
Wow.
in 2010, he had stage 4 throat cancer. And the radiation and chemo from that cancer caused the leukemia that we have
Now,
now.
can I ask this? Just it may sound stupid, but it's always a question. Does he dip or smoke?
He quit smoking in 95.
And then it took that. That's the reason I ask,
Yeah.
is I know a guy from Dip in Copenhagen and always swallowing it, ended up with throat cancer and esophagus cancer, and then it
Mhm.
led to stomach cancer. But, usually when you hear about throat and esophagus, you have to question, have they smoked? Because there's always a link of a tobacco product. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I mean,
But yet he quit, years before, right?
Yeah.
That's just odd.
I know. I know. And what makes it so much frustrating is, like I said, the only cure for this kind of leukemia, because it was caused by radiation and chemo, is a bone marrow transplant.
Good Lord. See, that's information that we just don't grab, because we just don't hear it like that.
No.
Oh, when Nancy calls in, she's going to have some more information about the whole transfusion and everything that I had no idea. Like one of the things that she told me is once Charlie gets his bone marrow transplant, he has to go back and take all his immunizations all over again.
Yeah. We will spend the next 28 days, 7 days a week, up to 8 hours a day at the bone marrow clinic.
Wow.
Receiving platelets, antibiotics, and fluids, and so on, every single day.
It's crazy that happens, but it's kind of neat that it can happen. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was going to say now I don't understand the process. I've donated blood and I've heard about plasma and stuff like that. So my question is about platelet. And you want me to read this probably, and I'm not smart enough.
You can read it on your own.
Thank you, because there's big words.
I mean, I'm sure it'll take you a couple minutes. So yeah, just read that on your own.
I see a word right now I don't even know, and it's APHERESI. There's an is at the end.
At the end.
Yeah, I don't do is as well. Okay, so it doesn't matter what blood type you are, correct?
No, not at all.
Good.
Not at all. And it doesn't matter if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, anything like that. She pre-screens you before you waste that trip up there to let you know. And as a matter of fact, in 2007, I had a surgery and I had a blood transfusion. So I didn't think I could donate. And she did some research for me yesterday, and I can donate. So
that's cool.
I'll be donating on the 26th.
Well, I know there's a lot when we got a phone call, Scottie. I know that when, like in the military, everywhere I went. Okay.
Hey, let's catch this real quick because
okay.
we're not sure. Just for fun.
Good morning. This is Nancy with Atlanta Blood Services.
Hey, Nancy.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Nancy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
So she's happy all the time. Nancy's
okay.
Yes, she's.
Well, that's awesome.
She really
Me
is.
too.
And when I was talking to her Friday, we were cutting up like we were old friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nancy will be the actual one that's doing the procedure, correct? For the platelets.
Go ahead, Nancy. You have techs that do the procedure, but you set it up, right? Am I correct on that?
I set it up. I am the donor recruiter. I work with the patients and their families to help find donors for our patients.
Okay.
But I don't do the actual collection.
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand you probably have folks that do that. Here's my thing is that traveling all around, and I've always donated blood. I'm A negative, right. But when I came back from some overseas stuff, there was a lot of people that they said I couldn't donate for years. Now, the reason why I'm asking this is because I do a show on Wednesday nights, and the majority of my listeners are veterans.
Right.
I don't think for the most part, they probably haven't deployed in a couple of years. Will it be safe for me to put this out this evening to my veterans?
It would be very safe to put it out. Now, can I tell you that all of them will be able to donate? No.
Okay.
It's going to depend on the timing of where they were stationed and when. There are, some issues with areas that were endemic for mad cow disease.
Right.
And unfortunately, there's currently not any testing available that's definitive so that they can donate blood.
Okay.
So we would look at where they were stationed, how long they were there, how long they had been back to determine whether or not they would be eligible.
Okay. Rough idea. We're the majority
and I take
of
it
us,
you're military, Mike. Is that right?
I am military, Mike. Thank you,
Look
Nancy.
at her remembering names.
Bam, just like bam,
That's
just like
blood
that.
sucking Nancy that you're talking to.
I
now.
don't know.
Well,
if I'm
this
gonna
has
call
sucked
her
the
that.
life out of you, Mike. Nice to meet you.
Naked at Kinko's. So, and that's just a kid name. And I wasn't arrested, so you can't prove it.
Well, he wasn't charged.
Yeah. Well, they tried, but yeah, it's still in court. Whatever.
Charged or caught?
Yeah. So the majority
They
of
didn't
these,
have a net big enough.
Scottie.
That was good.
Was that out loud?
That was
I'm so
good.
sorry.
You can't use that. Is that out loud? That's fine. Okay, so most of these folks are going to be from the Middle East and probably more than 2 years ago. So basically Afghanistan and Iraq, and probably more than 2 years ago. Will they be? Do you think they'll be pre-screenable?
Screenable?
If they were not there more than 5 years,
okay,
probably.
Okay, I do know one gentleman that was there longer than that.
point.
So actually, I know
Yeah.
2 that were there longer than that.
But
Okay.
you take your time, Nancy's pre-screening anybody that calls in and let them know right
Absolutely.
away. Because
Absolutely.
we're in Covington and Conyers, this area. So the listeners, the listeners here, and most of my friends and family, are from this area, and that's quite a drive, to do this. So
Exactly. And so as you and I were talking, we screen out as much as we can up front. There are certain things like their blood test on the day that they donate. I have no control over that. I could go to the doctor today and my blood work come back fine, and next week my iron be low.
Right.
But everything that we can screen out up front, we do.
Well, it sounds now. Most of the folks I'll be talking to tonight are all over the Atlanta area. I understand. I mean, I know you're trying to be convenient for folks who don't want to make the long drive, right?
Right. There. Yeah. There's the next sheet over is hours.
Okay. Now I want to make sure I post all this, and I would like to see. What I try to do is I try to get these veterans because 1, they're not a very smart bunch. 2, we fellowship a lot together.
Named that, didn't he?
Yeah. Wait. Oh no, not me. Not me. But my co-host on Wednesday nights also veterans and all. And we have the Foxhole Support Network group. Look, veterans across the board, we like to try to help.
Yeah.
All right. We're not that bright. So this is a large group, and generally they're in decent health. Not me.
Well, and many of our veterans have been in a position where they were recipients for one reason or another.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I find that's a very they're very willing to give back.
That's cool.
They've been in a position where without someone else, they wouldn't have had a transfusion.
And of course, the VA. Now, the reason I just had a friend that passed away from bone marrow cancer, and he had waited on his procedure at the VA for 2 years, and they just keep beating around the bush. He passed away about 2-3 weeks ago, and so this is kind of near and dear to my heart. And I really believe that not only am I going to do it, when Steph brought it to my attention, I would like to get tested, but I would also like to put this out to the Foxhole Support Network group.
Yeah, you will never know how much that means to us and our family. Even Nancy will send me emails and tell me, or go up and see Dad and say, guess what? You've got these donors today. And what that can do for his mental state is incredible. That he knows that he's got supporters out there.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely incredible. That's one, other than meeting my donors, that's the favorite part of my job, is being able to go to someone and say, do you know that people are actually stepping up to the plate and donating for you? It's pretty awesome.
Now, will he be staying in a hospital for the next month? Or
Actually, they left last night. They're in an apartment about a mile from the bone marrow clinic.
Okay.
They don't want him to be any further.
Yes.
For 100 days. They'll be relocated for 100 days.
Okay. Steph, is there any opportunity for us to go visit?
And for the most part, they will be in clinic every day.
Yeah, we'll be in clinic every day. I was just telling them that
before
you called. Yeah, especially for 28 days, it's every single day.
And that's chemo
every single day?
No, it's
or transfusion.
We do chemos for 5 days, and then we do the transplant.
Okay.
And then after that, every day after that will be platelets and any kind of antibiotics, right, Nancy? Am I correct here?
That is correct. Any kind of antibiotics needed, any kind of fluids needed. A lot of times it's just magnesium. A lot of times it is just to rehydrate. But all of that is checked and monitored on a daily basis.
Man, I tell you what, that's just an awesome. It sounds like there's a whole team of people that are involved, and don't we have to get back to this as a country, as a race of humans? Don't we have to get back to taking care of each other?
That's my point. Taking care of each other. That is what this is all about. I could run to a few of my friends and say, please donate for my daddy. But I feel like after going through everything we've gone through, that we need to also be given to those people we're going to see that we don't know for 28 days. You know, some of those people may not have family or friends that are support systems. So, you know, if they don't, your platelets don't go to my dad, they will go to someone else that really, really, really needs them.
Yes.
Now you guys being involved in this, like obviously the 28 days sounds like, you know, the preparation for a marathon, for goodness. Yeah, hell. Now, what kind of support can we help you with? Okay.
You know, I just prayers, you know.
Prayers are great. Believe me, I'm a religious guy. We pray all the time. No, I'm talking about, you know what? Prayers won't get you a Coke when you need to go outside and have a Coke.
You know, I've tried with the...
And he doesn't mean that the sound is insensitive as it sounded.
It did sound.
I just thought about that, Mike. Like that
I did
sounded
attack
a little
her.
insensitive.
Well, no, because prayers are prayers. Look, you know how I feel about prayers. Prayers are individual communication. If a whole community prays for me, it's still God's will. It's still my conversation with God that's going to make the difference.
All right. Well, then let me break it down. I guess
what is it that you need?
What do we need? First and foremost is for everybody that can to donate. That's all that we've asked for on our Team Charlie page. But, you know, we will be relocated, and I will have to come back every 3 or 4 days to check on my house.
I'm sure,
you know, so gas cards or gift cards, and absolutely get well cards.
See, that would mean a lot, right?
Yes. Love just to see a card.
Well, that's what I was asking Steph when you'll visit too.
Yeah, he can't have any live plants or anything like that, or we don't even really want balloons. But I mean, just a card would lift him.
Man, I tell you what. And you said you had
a great sense of humor, Mike. Just so you know.
Oh, cool. Well, I gotta go see him now. So I gotta. He better have jokes. I don't care about the cancer. He better have jokes.
He's got jokes. Ask poor Nancy. We're trying to be serious in there in the meeting.
Well, good for him, man.
He's just joking away.
That's the way it should be. Hey, listen. You said you had a page.
Yes.
Is that on Facebook?
It's on Facebook.
Okay.
It is Team Charlie's Transplant Updates.
Team Charlie's Transplant Updates.
Look at the top of the paper I gave you, Mike.
Okay. Well, you know.
Just saying all the.
When I said the prayer thing, I wasn't trying to beat it. You got to slam me and say, "Hey, you don't know how to read." This has all extra writing on. This extra writing's for me.
That's a special love note.
That says, check out our Facebook page.
And Nancy,
that says, don't follow me home.
Nancy, you told Steph, I think it was when you donate, you can save up to 4 people, right?
Up to 3 in a single donation, depending on your body makeup and your labs that come back with your platelet count and all of your other counts. There's a calculation on how many units you're safely able to donate in one sitting. So that's between 1 and 3 units, which is just incredible to think I can sit there for less than 2 hours and save 3 people.
Yes.
Man, that is incredible.
Yeah. And I have a question from a listener. They're asking about donating from out of state.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of questions about that too with family, Nancy. I haven't gotten with you.
And we here at Atlanta Blood Services serve the patient in the Atlanta community. But what I will tell people, and I tell people all the time, we have patients from, Michigan and out of state. Donate somewhere. The reason we are in such a serious situation as far as shortages is because people in general don't donate. Blood, for the most part, we can get enough of. But the different components that are needed for specialty treatments are where there is a huge shortage. So please contact somebody where you are and donate. It makes a difference here. It makes a difference everywhere. If we can't get enough here, we have to look to the outside. Sometimes we get those from South Carolina. Sometimes we get those from further away because we have to have them for our patients. So donating somewhere helps everybody.
Okay. So the donations that they do out of state, though, wouldn't come to the Atlanta Blood Clinic.
That is correct. Okay. But if they want to contact me and be counted as part of Team Charlie when they donate, please do. I'm happy to keep up with it and add them to the Team Charlie team.
All right.
Okay. So specifically when people come or people contact you, they need to let you know that it's part of Team Charlie.
Yes.
Or let me know that they heard it on Just for Fun Radio.
Okay. There
you
go.
Keep track of it for you.
Go.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, that's what we're trying to do.
I'm trying to get everybody. Someone donated, I think yesterday, didn't they, Nancy? a Cherie, and I didn't get a picture. She didn't get a picture. So I'm trying to ask everybody that donates also to send a picture to me, or Nancy take a picture and she can email it to me, with your permission, of course, so that I can post and thank everyone.
Ours is actually when Mike and I go up there. Ours is going to be videoed.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go live.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be kind of scary.
Y'all should take my fiance with you. he's actually scared to death of needles. Passes out
bring him.
at the sight of needles, but he's donating. So if y'all video
Missy, I already have him on the schedule now. He's set. We're not going to let him change dates on us.
No, we're not. He's doing it.
Do we have a time and a date, Steph?
I needed to get with you to see what day, because I would prefer to go on a Saturday unless we go up after the show one day.
Okay. Your call. Just let me know.
Saturdays would be easier for me.
Okay.
And
we have the debate this Saturday, and then we've got Mill Street music.
Yeah, the first.
Scotty's over there like, check the schedule, people.
Yeah, this week's booked, and then
next week is
there's some week in May that for some reason somehow we're open for the whole week. So everybody's been asking me about stuff.
How'd that happen?
And as far as visiting, Mike, after 28 days. He can have visitors.
Okay.
That you would just have to wear a mask, and a gown or whatever. But we are.
That means you take off the one you wear when you kidnap bodies, and you put
gown.
And you put on.
Can I wear an evening gown?
Yes, you can.
It's on the slits to about right there. Why'd you look down?
I don't know.
You looked.
I did look down. I did look down.
God.
But getting back to Nancy real quick, when I had spoke with you on Friday, Nancy, you said one of the main reasons why there's so much demand for blood platelets donation is they only have a shelf life of 5 days.
That is
wow!
correct.
So there's no storage of regular blood.
You can't freeze it. Yeah,
he doesn't know how to read.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it to him.
I'll get it.
He's dyslexic
later today.
I need hooked on dyslexia.
Yeah, he can't read anything, especially with the light shining on him. Everybody's laughing, but I'm serious.
I actually found a specialist yesterday that actually can deal with my. I have a thing called photophobia, and unlike Stephanie, she's just scared of having pictures taken of her. I can't have certain lights in my eyes, so it was actually nice after all these years to actually sit and talk to a doctor that actually could understand what I was talking about.
So you didn't feel so crazy.
Yeah,
right?
Other than the psychiatrist that looks at me and says, "You see what?"
Yeah, he doesn't show up in pictures. That's
we just jokingly call it vampirism. But.
Anyway, what were you saying to Nancy?
Let's go back, Nancy.
About the shelf life of 5 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Whole blood can be frozen and stored, but whole blood is made up of less than typically around 1% platelets. Okay, so you can't get enough out of a whole blood donation for a platelet transfusion. Platelets, once they're donated, are only good for 5 days. They're stored in this really cool machine that shakes them to keep them moving so that they don't clot.
That's the same thing with me.
Now, I had to step away for a minute, so I don't know if I missed anything. So when I asked this, and don't think I'm being stupid.
I won't throw stuff at you.
So when they're taking blood platelets, it's not like actually taking a quart of my blood. Is it kind of like dialysis? You hook you to a machine, they run the platelets out, but you still keep your blood?
That's exactly right.
I mean, it's like an antifreeze flush on your radiator.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you.
They take
Mike,
out,
don't look at me like that. Mike's giggling.
It's kind of like having an ex-wife. They take out what they need from you, and then they give you the old stuff right
No,
back.
they do not.
No, my ex-wife never gave me crap back. I'm lucky I got to keep the kid in this deal.
You know what my ex-wife got in the divorce? The planet.
Yeah.
And she keeps
everything.
And she keeps taking.
Yeah.
His ex-wife's like herpes. She just keeps coming back for more.
Every month.
The sun shines, there's a flare up.
Yeah.
She's in the front yard.
See, Nancy, I told you we were a little crazy.
I saw a picture of you. You got a tan. Give it to me.
You've been somewhere. I know
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
It was
Is
called
that a haircut?
It was called probation. I had to do community service.
Yeah. Is that a haircut? What'd they do with the trimmings?
That's right. I want my share.
Yeah. Same thing goes with
let's
cuties.
get back to this. So anyway, so the good thing is you're just going to have to sit there for however long it takes to take the platelets, rather.
Right.
But you're not actually going to walk away feeling bad like they just took 3 quarts of your blood.
No. And if you're
Absolutely
hydrated,
not.
and if you're hydrated really well, and that doesn't mean alcohol.
Thank you, because I was you nailed it. I was fixing to say Steph can't even go because she would have to cut back on her Busch beer for like a month.
So you got to be hydrated with like water, and water it just by itself.
There's water in beer.
Well, that was
Thank you, Mike.
saying.
I'm waiting for Steph to be like, they took my platelets and my John Wayne collection.
But you said, Nancy, if you're well hydrated that day, it won't take as long, and it
does not take as long. It makes the whole process easier.
What kind of time frame?
Realistically, it makes you easier to stick. We tell first-time donors for screening, testing, and donation to allow 2 to 2.5 hours.
Okay.
But don't y'all have like a TV and some headphones that you get to watch while you're doing that?
Yeah, you can watch movies. You can log on to our Wi-Fi.
Man,
you can do anything that you can do
I mean,
with
that
one
would be a
arm.
serious break right there.
Yeah.
I'd say put on my beats and be jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as long as you can keep one arm still, you can use the other arm. You're fine.
Yeah, you, Mike. You have to keep.
She
You have
said
to
one
be
arm.
still.
Keep your
She
mouth
said
quiet.
one arm still.
Keep your mouth quiet.
Nothing about the other
it's
arm.
9 o'clock. You
She
can't
say
discuss
nothing about my
anything.
feet.
But also with the blood platelet donation, you can donate every 8 days. Where with a whole blood donation, you can only do it once every couple of months.
Once every 8 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah.
I said couple of months.
You know, she was mathematically challenged.
I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. Jeez.
Yeah. So if you go in and you donate and you feel like that's something that is a call into you or whatever, 8 days.
So this
later,
is a
come
good
back.
thing as just awareness alone.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because
That
this is
yeah.
something you can do any day, every day for everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
why it
correct.
was
I have a donor coming in this afternoon who's made over 200 donations.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
And
I mean, that's
and
just
he just has us on his regular schedule.
that's cool.
Wow.
And this is something you never think about. Like, we've never had these kind of conversations.
No.
And, when I started doing the morning show, I said I wanted to bring in and phone interviews just the same, but I wanted to bring in people to explain their jobs, because I say this jokingly, but I mean this seriously at the same time. You never know what each person's job's like or why they do what they do. Like, people joke and go, man, a Porta John guy. We can't envision what he deals with every day. We can't even come close to envision it. What she deals with every day. We can hear you say it, but we really couldn't envision it. And like somebody to talk about this, we would never understand why.
Nancy is the most organized, put together person. Her and Brooke.
Go to her house,
Her
because the
and
people
Brooke-
that look
yeah,
like
right,
that have
right.
a horrible house.
I mean, I don't know how she keeps up.
Judy, stop.
It is.
Stop.
It's been in my house. But
Stop.
yeah, people like Nancy and Brooke Blackman, the coordinator for the Bone Marrow Clinic, their jobs are amazing. They have to be so organized and on top of things for so many different families. And, they don't get the appreciation that they need at all.
That's very cool.
Well, we do because we see people get well. And that's what it's all about.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I started this, doing this for just my dad because he will need those platelets. But then I thought I need something else to help me get through this journey. And I feel like making everyone else aware of what this platelet donation can do for other people. I felt like I needed to get the word out.
This is cool.
Yeah. Not just for my daddy, but for everybody else.
So if Steph's going to come on a Saturday, here's what we need you to pay attention to.
Okay.
He talks to you like you're two.
I have to.
He has to.
Speaking of the word two, through the text message I just received, if you're going on a Saturday morning, it means that you can't have the 2 beers before bed. And I mean the 2 12-packs before bed.
Wow.
So long as
I can't be a redneck.
She laughs and say I have to say this, but the text message even says, please remind her that she can't have those 2 beers before bed. 2 12-packs, I mean.
Yeah, because it would be a Friday
2 beers
night.
would be just fine. Yeah.
Please
Thank you.
2 12-ounce, not 2 40s, 2 12-ounce beers, Stephanie.
But I was looking, and I'll check with Mike. I was looking at the calendar, and Mike, what do you have going on May 7th?
Yeah.
Because I was looking towards May 7th.
And here's what I need y'all to know: the May 16th week, I may need y'all to work without me on the 18th, 19th, and 20th because I may be taking my wife on a vacation.
Takeover
bonus.
So just know that week. That's why I said that's the week that we apparently had nothing. I just was springing that on you right now because if you're looking at the week before, we're okay. So if you go May 9th through 13th, we're safe.
Okay. Yeah, I got an address. Now, do you want me to put this address out? Can you put it on the page maybe?
I can. That's my address.
Okay, just to send cards or
just to send cards.
Donations, gift cards.
Because Kevin, my fiance, will be coming up a lot more than my brother and sister, and then I will come home. But so all the mail I feel like would just be better
now
in my house.
Would you like us to put in care of Charlie on this mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That would be great.
No problem.
Nancy, is there anything else you think you need to explain?
If they are interested in donating or getting more information about donating, they can contact me directly by phone or they can email me and I will follow up with them to get them answer any questions that they have.
Yeah, I just gave Military Mike here a flyer, and I've got one for step 2. You know, it's just
got all the
isn't he the one that can't read stuff?
No, that's Scottie.
DJ Scottie.
That's Scottie.
I gave him one, and he threw it back across the table at me.
Yeah.
So.
I've learned.
And look, the words are big, but I can look them up.
My eye doctor yesterday saying, so you wear those yellow lenses because you said that it keeps you from having headaches. And I said, yes. She goes, so now you're dependent on it. And I went, because I don't want headaches.
Right.
She's like, but now you've become dependent on it. And I went, but I don't have headaches.
Is there a 12-step program to quit wearing glasses?
I just jokingly looked at her and I was like, okay, doctor, it hurts when I do this. And usually the doctor says, quit doing this. I figured out what causes the headache. I got rid of her and now I wear yellow glasses. We're doing just fine.
I told my doctor, she said, well, when did the sinus infection, when did all that start? I said, right after I stopped smoking cigars. She goes, we'll start back. I'm like, are you serious? Are you telling me to smoke?
Okay, so
are you?
Right now I'm waiting for Mike to say, so my nosebleeds started after I quit cocaine. Well,
yeah. What makes you think I quit cocaine?
Mike,
I was right. No, I figured your doctor had asked for a bump.
Yeah, it's the VA. What are you
carrying?
VA. There you go.
It's the VA. I've faked my death 3 times already. I just got to split the money with the guy at the door.
All right. Well, look, I know we've kept you long enough. Thank you for calling in and throwing us all this really good info because a lot of this is stuff we've never thought about. I mean, truthfully, who thinks about this? I mean, you and your business, of course. Stephanie and her business is where can I get another Busch beer?
No, that's Miller 64. Thank you.
Yeah, because that matters.
Yeah, because blue matters.
And I appreciate you thinking that because, you really don't know what's involved. I didn't.
Who would have thought?
I was completely blinded by this.
Well, when you hear give blood anything, you automatically go, 2 quarts low.
Right.
I mean, you're already thinking that means I'm going to sit there and you got to take my blood.
Right.
And really, you're just giving me a little flesh out.
Yep, exactly.
2 quarts low.
Exactly.
Mike would get a little flesh out and go, hey, can you add some morphine to that?
Hey, what I'm doing is I'm pushing out Charlie Needs Your Help and the Atlanta Blood Service information. We have almost 12,000 on our Just for Fun page.
Oh, wow. Yay.
Yeah, here's the thing. The 12,000, look at this page a lot. What was it in February, 28-day period? 14 million views.
Wow. Yeah.
14.9
had a lot of
either
views.
13.9 or 14 million views, whatever. It's a whole bunch of people. Now, my personal opinion is it's one guy with nothing to do. But no, okay. So then I've got about 5,000 on mine, Steph and everybody. So we're going to push it out. Right now, the Team Charlie page has about 143 likes, which is cute because 143 means I love you. And
yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm so loved. He is so loved.
All right, so we're gonna push this out over the next couple of days, see if we can get some attention going your way. How about that?
That would be great. It would be great for my family, and I know Nancy appreciates it a whole lot too.
Well, the medical part is the medical part. People are going to do that. Some may stray over and say, "Hey, I'll try it," and all that other stuff. Generally, guys like me, I'll say, "Yeah," but there's this other group of folks that are gonna help you guys.
Well, you always see a certain story and you read it and you think, okay, what can I do to help this person right now. And a lot of times they're, the people you ask, there's nothing you can do for them. But in this case, there absolutely is, without it costing you anything. Like I said, we would appreciate, get well cards and gas cards and gift cards. But mostly we just want to help others. We want to get the word out. And
I think we can do that for you.
Y'all are awesome.
I know that.
Thank y'all so much.
I'm not going to refer to you as blood sucking Nancy, though. I'm sorry.
Excited about that.
No,
she was an ex-wife. She was an ex-wife. You call that.
Well, there's other names for that.
Well, then
how about Nancy? Did we call you Nancy?
She wanted a cool radio name.
Okay, we'll call you.
I wanted a
Nancy.
cool name.
She wants a cool name.
Mike's been wanting a cool name too, but Pops just doesn't sound very cool.
I was born in 1964. 99.2% of every male born in 1964 was named Michael. My parents.
You have actually researched that?
Yes, my parents did not smoke pot. My parents were freaking Harriet and Ozzy.
How about I was named Michael? My real father's name was Michael.
Yeah,
my mother hated him so much that I go by Scott. What is your first name? It's not my father's name. Mom hated him.
If anybody thinks our show is scripted, I think you just proved it.
You just proved it.
Completely wrong. Hey, I got to go, Scott. I got a doctor's appointment.
All right, man. Well, thanks
it
for
was a pleasure
calling
to
in,
meet
by
you.
the way.
It really was.
Yes, thank you, Nancy.
You're not getting off the hook, young man.
Much.
Thank you.
All right, I look forward to hearing from your listeners.
Yeah, I'll see you Friday, Nancy.
Now, are you a doctor?
See you then.
She's
no, I'm not a doctor.
Are you a nurse?
Then you would call me Dr. Nancy.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Are you a nurse?
We call you Idiot Mike. I mean,
she is above a doctor and a nurse. She's the one that's got to coordinate everything and actually look and talk to people.
I know, but Coordinator Nancy sounds weird. It sounds Amish.
It sounds really weird.
Yeah, it does sound Amish.
You have a great day, and thank you for giving us a lot of this good info that we needed.
Thank you so much.
Y'all have a
good
good
day too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Mike's fixing to get out of here. We're going to go to a commercial, play a song. I got my buddy Bobby just walked in. Give us a few minutes, and we'll be throwing him on the mic as well. We'll be right back.
I appreciate you letting me be here.
Are you staying or going?
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going to go.
Well, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for getting the word out for me.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Throw me some stickers, and while I'm in Atlanta,
I'll give you some right now.
I'll get you going down there.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right.
All right, we'll see y'all. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Now, are you going to?
Can I go with you?
Come on. Well, here's the thing: is I go to the VA. I go to the VA, which means, which means, yes, they'll give me good meds, but kids in my neighborhood steal them. So.
Well, I thought you traded them.
That's different. This is Viagra.
You traded them for protection. I don't mean condoms.
Yeah. And Mike, so
never give a teenager a condom.
Yeah.
Not when you can sex them. Sexting.
And Mike,
okay.
Okay,
Jared.
Oh, put it on schedule. This that far out. Shoot.
You want to read about this? Well, look at this binder.
It scares me to death.
The last two, the next two. We're doing.
We go during the week. I mean, as long as it's not Wednesday. Wednesday's tough.
And y'all have to go that week because next week, literally, I may have to get y'all to cover me.
Dave. Oh, where you're covered.
During the week, if I'm going to be able to get up there and get it done and get back.
Oh, okay. That has nothing to do with what I was saying about next week. Okay. That's why I was lost for a second. I'm like, what does that have?
That's why I figured Saturday would be better.
Okay.
Because Travis,
he was probably.
And I need you to go with me. Are you going to deal with that school behind the horizon?
It takes everything out.
I want to, yes.
I may need you to go with me up there to talk to them. You already know about them and know who they are.
I know briefly, but yeah, I mean, I can learn more. I have a reason to learn more.
Yeah.
They have control over it. It's hard.
28 days of time.
Yeah.
Spend 100 days in
Yeah.
that type of therapy.
Packing them up to leave last night was absolutely.
That's why I'm sitting there saying I know you'll need help.
Alex says the blood zombies get stickers, but your night guy doesn't.
I'm the night guy.
I don't like shoes, period.
Doing
Okay.
good?
Are you going to be here tomorrow, Mike? Nice to meet you, Mike. Thank you for all your help.
Oh, no problem. Wait till tonight. Y'all listen in tonight. I know you from somewhere, sweetheart.
She used to go to the bowling center.
Okay. Or not Nolan and Connor.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Kevin Thomason.
Gosh, that's when Luana was there. That's
Hey,
Julie was
Clock's-
there.
Clock's going.
Buddy, Alan. I replaced Alan.
Show's not over.
Yes,
It is for me, mister.
When I'm leaving, it's over. Don't you know that? I am the cool one.
Okay, hey, look, if you want to go during the week, just
You can sit in Mike's. Nah, he's leaving.
I'll let me know what day it is.
oh, well, it'll be live.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll actually come over
We'll
there.
be Periscope.
I'm going to come over there and see y'all.
Well, if you would actually get an iPhone, you could actually do.
iPhones.
Flip.
iPhones are for girls.
You could actually go live on Facebook if you actually, come into the 2000s. Oh, thank you for coming in. It's just chaos showing up in the morning show, so
Hey, you
but
know
it's real
what?
fast paced.
I needed that this morning. I've cried since 5 a.m.
Thank God he's got the fart fan turned on.
Have a good day.
If he would have heard I needed that, she'd be having to get escorted to her car. Yeah. Next time you're here, we can sit in it. It works. See my electric chair. And they're like, man, this chair. And I'm like, and it works.
Nice.
And they're just like, you're kidding. I'm like, you want to sit in it? And then half the time they're like, yeah. And then I turn it on before they sit in it. And they're like, no. I'm like, I won't turn it on with you in it. But yeah, it's fully functional. The chair. Not you. Well, you're functional. You're functional dysfunctional. Well, we've random having handicaps.
Who's going to be here before? Trying to end this show.
What?
Tomorrow?
Don't
say you'll text me because
No.
If that always gets lost in
If you
translation.
plan on coming, yes. And then what I'm saying is this way: if something happens, it's her, Abby, or Denise.
I plan on being here. Okay.
Yeah, I'll make sure I do that.
As she bites his lips off.
How I just closed down Manicam?
I guess you thought we were getting off.
No. I just somehow or another miniaturized everything. I don't know how.
Oh.
All right, let's go back real quick. Yeah, that was unexpected. Like it was a surprise that she was coming in.
Yeah. We knew the call was coming in, but
that was cool. Don't get me wrong.
Very informative.
Yes, when I was talking with.
All right, we're back, everybody. You know it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
It's
but
so
I didn't
funny.
know
Everybody's
that
so
quick.
used to talking. In between the radio app, because I have to explain to everybody. There's always two shows running. There's the visual, and then there's only the hearing part. So, Bobby, explain to everybody who you are. I'm all excited. We keep saying I got a security guy, but that's just kind of an understatement.
So I'm Bob, is what Mike calls me, Bob.
So do you go by Bob?
I am actually a Bobby.
Okay.
B-O-B-B-Y.
Because I've been calling you Bobby. If you go by Bob, you need to tell me these
Well,
things.
Mike understand from just listening over a few days, he is quite special. So he will call you what you want.
Yeah, well, that's true, Mike. That's Mike's in his own world sometimes.
So for Mike, I'll be Bob. For every other human being, I'll be Bobby. So
I love the fact he uses
Ricky
the word
Bobby?
human beings, which implies Mike's questionable.
He is questionable. So Bobby Wilbanks is my name. The company that I am general manager for is KMT Systems. They're based out of McDonough, Georgia. And basically, we're a low voltage integrator. And we take every facet of low voltage and we incorporate all those together for one purpose. We do audio, video, camera systems, intrusion systems, AV, all those low voltage entities. And what we're trying to do is get our name out to where we're partnering with Just for Fun. The logistics are not quite set up yet, but
close enough. It's like horseshoes right now.
It's close. It's close.
We're going to offer listeners a discounted rate, but at the end of the day, KMT is trying to establish to where we differentiate ourselves from every other company in the market. We're a medium-sized company, but we want to give a personal feel. We want to make it to where anybody from a one-door access control system to a 100-door access control system has the same feeling of sense of urgency when they have an issue. Same way with a intrusion customer. Like Steph went out to your house last Friday. We figured out what you need for your system. I didn't try to upsell you for anything.
Nope.
We listened to what you wanted.
Yep.
And then
sure
we
did.
try to come up with an idea of what you needed.
Yes.
And then try to find right in the middle that'll fit your budget.
Because here I was thinking that for all the front windows, I was going to need the sensors, but you said, motion sensor right there and right there, that'll catch.
Well,
anybody.
I've actually got it's a sound sensor right there. So if somebody was to try to pry open a door or break the glass, I wasn't trying to interrupt, but she doesn't really think about it because it's not her realm of world.
True, correct. But he informed me that, all you really need is those two motion sensors, one right there in that corner and one right there coming down the hall.
Right.
And it'll get everybody coming out of your rooms. So, yeah, he didn't try to sell me something that I didn't need. Cause here I was thinking, okay, I'm going to need.
Here's the thing. You just basically
windows.
admitted to I'm not downsizing you, but what I'm saying is you basically just did what 99% of America will do. And he could probably say, if I was that guy, you automatically go, I'm sure I'm going to have a sensor on every window. And if you were that guy in your mind, it would be cha-ching. Exactly. I got her. Because she just said, I know I got to have it, whether he has to install it or not.
Because I even asked him about the glass
break sensors.
Yes, I even asked him about that because I have a sliding glass door. And I asked him about that. And he was like, no, with the motion sensor, that's all you're going to need. I was like,
and see, that's
and
why
that it's
I was
already
so
going to have a sensor on it.
Particular when I was explaining to him during lunch yesterday that AC guys, we always say, can be such a crook because we don't know what's inside that unit. They could just sell us on whatever. And it's kind of the same. I'm not saying security because I don't know that much about the security, but the fear of not knowing it is also what makes it dangerous too, because I don't know what the average price is. I don't know what the average home alarm is. And you only think because you saw the ADD commercial, and I wasn't going to name their name. I'm just saying.
You saw a security
security commercial, and you go, now that commercial sounds like that one, and then you try to process it and go, well, that must be the average. That's not necessarily the truth.
And what makes us a little different than most companies is Honeywell came to us and said, you are the elite. You are the best in the business. We're considered a platinum dealer with Honeywell, and they sought us out. There's only 30 companies in the country and Canada that hold the stature that we have. That means that we do what we say we're going to do. We're a $10 million company, but we have the support of a $143 billion company of Honeywell.
Right.
So we have the standards that they are looking for in a company. And reputable is number one.
That's right.
Quality of service, quality of products, and then after installation, the actual customer service itself. Those are the things that make us different than most companies.
Right.
There are good security
and the fact a good big company even wants to talk to you, that speaks volume because you can't just be the slouching guy down the road and expect a big company want to even communicate with you.
Right. I've been doing this 24 years. I have worked for some of the largest companies and had my own company before. And there are some good security companies out there. As long as we're on the level playing field with industry standards, with licensing, you should have a license to be able to do this in this industry.
Oh, yeah.
You should be able to stand behind your product and selling quality product. If you do those things, that is what the customer's looking for. And then you have morals. In today's society, morals are
and
gone.
That's a big deal. Why I was kind of letting him know where we stand because we kind of want to research people and make sure who people are before we just try to talk to them because there is such a huge gap now. The world is all about making that dollar, and who cares if tomorrow exists? I want my money today. And we've seen businesses, and it's not all businesses, but we have seen, especially the construction world, you have seen people that will come in and sell you windows that you don't need. And they'll upsell you a window that you don't need. And then they may not even put in that window.
Right.
And that's just only examples I'm using. I've been in the home repair business since, mid 80s. And then in the 90s, straight up just electrical work. And I can tell you, I've seen a little bit of everything.
Right.
And it's a sad world that we live in. But when you invite somebody into your home, you have to be very trusting. You're actually, I want you to come in my home because I want you to see what I have for you to steal.
Exactly.
No matter how you word it, that's what you're saying. I want you to come in and see my private moments of my life. And I'm actually asking you as a security company to come in and see my moments. But at the same time, I need you to tell me how I'm going to protect that part of my life.
And point out the vulnerabilities.
Oh, that is such a sad thing.
Such a sad thing.
I try to tell people, you never know. And I say it and people think I'm just joking, but sitting on the toilet and being in the shower and sleeping, those are your 3 most vulnerable moments of your life. And in my mind, I got to know that while I'm in the shower, I'm protected because your water's running. You have no idea. And I can only imagine being in your business, how many, and I'm just going to throw it out, how many single women who live alone and maybe have these weird hours and then go, oh my God, I need an alarm or I need cameras, and they rely on you to protect them.
Well, I was just going to say, well, you also have married women that their husbands work out of town.
That's right.
Yeah. So
right. For 15 years, I was never home. This business made me travel the world. Granted, I'm where I am because of that. I'm not knocking it, but my wife had to stay home, and she depended on the security system to do what I sell every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the owner of our company, Tommy Smith, he takes pride in putting money back in the company. And I've had meetings with our guys, several meetings, and we'll talk about just life. We talk about things that are problems, and we talk about life. And I present it like this, that there's a box of cash that after every job, it's done.
Right.
We have that box of cash. Most people will look at that box of cash and say, I have to have this much money in this box at all times. Owner of our company doesn't look like it. He doesn't look that way. He says, I want to put as much money back into this company. Whatever's left at the end of the day of that box is what I have.
Right.
And that's the difference in working for somebody that cares about the business and working for somebody that cares about the money.
Right.
And I wouldn't be there otherwise.
Right. And you're in the way I have to say this, because I want everybody to really listen to this, because I was always told this growing up, especially in the business I was in. You're never any better than the product you sell. But not only are you selling a material product, you're selling your person, because you can put in $1,000 worth of equipment, but if the guy's not installing it correctly, it doesn't matter how good the equipment is if it's not installed correctly. And I used to do service truck work for nearly 20 years, and people would make jokes about the service truck coming out. And I said, 99% of the time, I'm fixing another human's mistake. Sometimes you'll have a breaker that goes bad. That just happens. But 99% of the time, I get there and they go, this light never worked correctly. Well, it's because it was not installed correctly to begin with. So that's another thing I try to make sure I explain to people, that you need to find the company that prides themselves on making sure it's installed properly, because the equipment's great if it's wired correctly. So, and then I just was going to throw that out because I know yesterday you were speaking about the way you treat your employees and how much you've worked with the same employees for years, which that shows something, because if you weren't a great company, you wouldn't keep these people that long. So that's another good thing. I just kind of hitting on some points to make sure we cover.
Right, because quality of product's number one. Quality as installation is number two, which is expertise. But most important is customer service after installation. When you call in, you're not calling in to ask me how's my day going. You're calling in to say I'm having a problem.
Yes.
Or I have a need.
Yeah. Most of the time, the phone calls are not, hey, you did great. It's,
exactly.
Hey, I got a problem.
That's exactly right. And how to handle those are what you have to do in this industry to make yourself different. Be on time. Be where you're supposed to be and do what you are supposed to do.
Right.
That's pretty simple life experiences.
Yeah. And well, that's what led me to you. We were talking about that when I first met, because there's other security companies I kept reaching out to, and I couldn't even get a return phone call.
Right.
Here I'm thinking, and I want this to sound cocky, y'all. Listen to how I say this. I'm DJ Scottie, and I can't even get you to call me back.
Right.
So that means the 4 other normal, everyday, hardworking citizens that have been trying to call you can't get you to call them back. Here I'm supposed to be the guy you're friends with, and I can't get you to call back. And that is such a huge deal in today's society. Because right now there's so many people saying, honey, I need you to call the alarm guys. Honey, I need you to see about getting us a camera. My mother, since my grandfather's funeral, or the day my grandfather actually passed away, her house was broken into, and it's been on me saying, I need a camera guy. And I'm like, let me find one, because I couldn't get return phone calls. Now, if I am friends with this guy and I can't get return phone calls, that tells you the industry has a little bit of a problem. And that's why I'm so proud to now know you and actually know more about you before I ever met you. I at least was finding out information. And that's the thing I think everybody should do. And I also like to make sure that when I recommend somebody, it's because I'm using their service and I know I can trust them. I researched them.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm just looking at you because I know you were fixing to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just ask how far in Georgia do you travel? Like my mom, she lives up in Beaufort, and her home has been broken into 3 times already. And when I was telling her about you and everything, she said, "Well, you got him another customer." And so I said, "Okay." And then I have my aunt in Porterdale, Covington area. She's been broken into. So there's another one.
Yeah. And I had told him, I said, I'm not trying to hook you by telling you we got these people, but seriously, we've got all these people that have asked. But it's like, I can't really recommend this guy. And if I can't recommend you, then I'm just not going to recommend anybody until I know more information.
Basically from Columbus, Georgia to Dahlonega, Georgia.
Okay.
So you're covering
we're
almost
pretty well
the whole state.
Yeah. We're in 50 states. But we really localize to Georgia. We have reciprocation in other states that we can do projects in, and we have nationwide customers. But that's on the commercial realm. Residentially, we take care of Georgia.
Yeah, and he's already said he covers everything from industrial, commercial, big buildings, warehouses, all the way down to regular people's homes.
Yeah, you can do 1 camera to 1,000 cameras, 1 door of access to 100 doors of access, or you can do security from 1 single door pointing into a house to a multifaceted warehouse environment.
And I know you and I, when you came out Friday, we talked about this. And so I kind of wanted to back up and talk about it for the listeners out there. You had said something about if we went with the video cameras, that the camera that we had, you could add it into the system.
Correct. So that's another differentiation. If you have something, I'm going to try and incorporate what you have, whether it be an existing security system, intrusion, existing camera system, or existing smoke detectors. I'm going to try and incorporate what you have, so you're not reinventing the wheel. You're not buying something you already have. So yes, I think you had a camera that.
Well, now we have 3.
Okay, so we will put in a system.
Did we water and it grow?
Exactly.
Long story.
Okay, let's just keep moving forward.
So we'll put in a base system, your foundation of your system, which is your DVR. That will sustain up to 8 cameras. So the 3 that you have, and you can add existing 5 new cameras. So, and if we go over that 8 mark, you can go to 16, infinity. There is no limit. Budget is the only limit.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah.
And just so you know, I talked to Scottie yesterday. I am working on some financing deals to where we're going to in-house finance at a very low rate to be able to accommodate that $999 to $9,990 customer. And that's another way that we're trying to come to, not only just for Fun Radio customers, but for all of our customers. But because of this show and because of the conversations that we've had, I'm trying to make it to where everybody can afford the actual services that we provide, because it is quality product.
And he's kind of changing the industry. We kind of talked about that yesterday because I'm listening to him, and I said, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like me and Steph just had this conversation about the other companies and how they trick you.
Yeah.
You either pay $0 down in this huge monthly
that you never own the system,
right? Or you pay a huge down for the little bitty monthly. I said, Stephanie, they're not giving you anything.
Right.
Like it's a trick.
Pay
it
now, pay
sounds good on the commercial, but they're not giving you anything. So it was just really cool that as he said this, I'm kind of like, wow. I mean, like we literally was just talking about this an hour or 2 ago. So I think it's really cool too that he's actually fixing to put a big footprint on this industry that's going to change the way people look at doing the security. And as the world's changing, think of how many people are already doing more and more cameras.
Right.
I mean, you know, we're seeing every day on the news where somebody's broken somebody's house and they've got the person right there in the garage or on the front porch stealing the UPS
or even
packages.
in the house.
Yeah. And he showed me, matter of fact, yesterday too, I was going to bring this up. He shows me the app. Now, you've seen these apps. I've played with these apps. You've seen them on the cameras at BJ's and Sam's Club and Walmart. They all tell you they got this little app and you can look at them, but they've all looked a little cheesy to me. He shows me yesterday, he's like, look, if you want to see it analog, and he opens it up on analog first. It's almost like, taste this cheesecake. Now take a bigger bite. So he shows you this picture and you're like, man, that's cool, because you really see X number of 100 feet away. It's really cool. And then he says, and then you can go HD, and he pushes the button. It's like, holy cow. Like if the dude would have had on an eyes on shirt, you could have now seen the alligator. It was just really a cool concept. So explain how that works. You were saying how it works in distance and then also at night in distance.
So Intrusion has the app, okay, Total Connect 2.0, to where you can arm and disarm the system via a smart device. It doesn't have to be a phone, doesn't have to be an Android. It can be an iPad or a computer, which is the intrusion side. So you can have light switches, thermostats. All of your smart devices in your house can be controlled through your phone. On the CCTV side, the surveillance side, you can actually have an app to where the system sends out data, basically bits and bytes. And if you have a data plan that you're limited on data, you can view your cameras at a lower data speed. So you don't eat up your data on your phone. That's analog.
Cool.
Now, if you have somebody in your parking lot, you can touch that, go to a higher data speed, which is HD, and now you can get better video quality, 1080p.
Right.
So basically you're looking at 720p to start with, and then you can go to a 1080p. And that's for one camera up to the Infinity line as well.
Okay.
And we just finished a place over in Covington, and they've got 42 cameras, Nitro to go. They just put 42 cameras in.
Isn't that something?
And they can view every camera remotely on their smart device, anytime, anywhere.
That is cool. And see, I was reading just bits and things on the internet over the last few months about how some of these cameras can be set up with like a trip sensor and send you an email to let you know, like I had said, man, I'm going to put one in my garage. So because, that's my main in and out. And I thought if the garage door opens, I get the alert. It tells me, hey, because especially that's a camera that should never have any kind of motion. So it's just really cool reading. And that's just me with my logic. I don't know these cameras. Right. So I'm reading it going, man, that's kind of high tech. And I think too, like when I did start looking into the whole camera things 2 years ago, I'm sure the technology has drastically changed over 2 years.
By the minute. If you don't like the technology today, wait till tomorrow. It'll be different.
Right.
Yeah.
But the good news is that Honeywell will stand behind their product for up to 3 years. So you don't have to buy a product today that you think is going to be obsolete next week or next month. That's the key difference of buying quality product.
That's cool. So I have a listener saying, doesn't he think that 90% of the consumers will be properly served by, and I'm thinking that's Canary and then also Drop Cam. I don't know either of those two companies because I don't know the security camera business.
Those are live view cameras.
Okay.
And you can get snippets, which is usually a 5 to 10 second clip. You can be served by that, but that is one camera using a high speed data that you have to live view on. And it does send you clips when you have an issue. But for people who want 2 and 3 and 4 and 8 cameras on their system, they can go back and view an issue from start to finish. So if somebody walked from the front of the house, around the side of the house to the back of the house, and broke in the back door, went through the house, you can follow that all the way through with a DVR.
That's what I need. So that's what I'm after.
That is and they are functional. Dropbox, drop cams.
So if you want simplistic, then that right there is the way to go.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Okay.
And we don't try to steer anybody away from suggestions.
Yes.
You can tell me what you would like, and I can tell you what we have, and then we can try to find something in the middle.
Find some middle ground.
Exactly
right. And that makes sense. And again, to me, in my opinion, I don't like the whole car salesman tactics.
Right.
Yeah.
I can sell you this, and then I try to push you to even go more and push you to go more.
KMT Security.
That's right. So I think it's cool that you're being honest enough to say, hey, let's just work together and let's kind of find a happy medium, because you and I both know in the world of any kind of sale, if you're too aggressive, they can walk away and then you completely lose the sale. I would rather work with you and try to everybody be satisfied than try to hook you like you're a large shark and knowing you're going to break the line. I just had a listener who actually, it's funny. He lives in McDonough, which is right down the road from where y'all are at. I have cheap cameras, but if I pull it up on my phone, it slows down the internet at my house. What can I do about that?
It really depends on the unit itself.
That's probably fall into that then.
Correct. With the unit we use, you can see analog and you can see HD. When you pull video, any video, whether it be on your internet or on your phone, it's a lot of data.
Yes.
You're pulling a lot of information at one time. You're not pulling a byte of information. You're pulling megabytes or even gigabytes of information. That's what slows your internet down.
All right, and I got another one typing now about the Canary and drop cam. I guess did I say drop cam? I might have said Dropbox earlier because I know I saw that in something else I was typing. But the thing too, I guess, how many monitors? Like in my scenario, I could look at it from an iPad.
iPad, computer. You can set up individual monitors. There is no limit.
And then yesterday you said you could even use a TV, so I could just use one of my inputs.
Most of the residential houses we will actually put an input on their TV.
Yeah,
and they'll run picture in picture on while they're even watching TV on the bottom corner.
Man, if I had I just joked about that the other day and said that my TV doesn't have picture in picture, and at my other house doing electrical, I just came home with a camera.
Right.
Of course, it didn't record or nothing, but I could hit picture in picture and see who was pulling in the driveway. And I regret now going, man, why didn't I get a TV with picture in picture? But at least I guess I could still do an input where if I hear something, I could change it over or whatever. I'm all for it. I believe everybody in America should see who's knocking at their front door before they have to go to the door. Because again, say my teenage daughters moved out, but I kept saying, honey, if you don't recognize the person at that door, don't even go to the door.
Right.
Just don't even go to the door. Just act like you're not home. Let them beat on that door a couple times. My dog was usually going ballistic. They're not going to want to come in. And that was always the logic. Well, now, I made the comment about where I wanted a camera, and somebody says, well, they can just go snatch the camera down. Yeah, but if you've got 8 cameras up, you're going to hopefully see what the car was, get a good idea what the person looked like before they ever snatch the camera down. And the DVR is in the house.
And on drop cam, if like on a drop cam, perfect example, they're streaming.
Right.
If they come up behind it and pull it off, you have no clip.
That's right.
On a digital DVR, or NVR, network video recorder, you have that by other cameras viewing it and it's recorded.
Okay. And see, that was another thing I was kind of going at is even if you took my camera, I still have you on DVR.
Yep.
And a lot of times people are on this thing in their mind that says, well, they've already stolen the camera. What good is it there on the DVR? I can't really see who it is. But now you have a police report. They've seen that this has happened. And then hopefully your house doesn't get broke into. But if it does get broken into, you can say, I already have a paper trail where this has already been happening. For instance, we support a lot of the gun laws, and we keep explaining to people, you do have to have a good paper trail, because if somebody breaks in your house, and God knows if something stupid happens and you did have to pull a gun, wouldn't you like to know, hey, I've already called 4 times. They've seen the video 4 different times. They see that whoever this person is has already attempted to do this before. So I just try to point it out. We blow our money on so many stupid things every single day. Why not invest into something that you own and something that truthfully, to me, you're going to use?
The old Refrigerator Act.
Yes.
You will spend $1,500 on a refrigerator, but you won't spend $500 to protect your house.
Yes. Well, and again, okay, here's a good example. I was telling my wife was making a joke about this helmet that I'm looking at for the motorcycle, right? And I said, but honey, it's for my head. If I'm going to ride the motorcycle, if we're going to ride the motorcycles, this is the jacket in case we hit the ground, and this is the helmet in case we hit the ground. And she's like, but I don't want to spend that money. Well, I don't want to die.
Prepare for the slide, not the ride.
That's right. That's the pictures I've been sharing, and it's prepare for the slide, because in my mind, I'd rather be prepared. The same thing, my wife and now the baby's here. I would love that if my wife starts hearing a lot of noise out in the driveway, I would love for her to be able to just grab the iPad real quick. If she can't walk across the room to the screen, I would love for her to be able to pull up on the iPad and go, oh my God, somebody's out there with a baseball bat beating on Scott's van, and dial 911. Right. And then that way the person outside doesn't even have to see her moving through the house or anything. To me, this is a great safety idea. It's just, to me, there's no reason not to do it. And especially with the world being as it is today. I mean, we hear stories all the time. A buddy of mine that's a police officer was telling the story that, he's been working a lot of the the burglaries around here. And he said, you'll never believe he got off work from working at the theater. And instead of driving home to Jackson, he went to his parents' house off of Salem Road. Said next door to his parents' house at 11:30 in the morning, the neighbor who lives home by herself was cooking Sunday dinner for her family. And somebody just walks up and kicks the door in at 11:30 on a Sunday.
34% of the break-ins are through the front door.
And it's just like, and here they were next door, had no idea it was happening. And
that's crazy.
Without security cameras, you have to 100% at this point rely on
memory.
An older lady who was panicking, and you're having to ask her to describe what happened. And if it was all on video, they may or may not have caught a face, but they would at least see a vehicle. They would have got more information, and more information is a whole lot less better than less information. That's all I'm trying to point a picture of. Anything can happen in today's world.
Yeah, because you know, a lot of, and especially women, I will go ahead and admit it, when something's happening like that, we're not always in the right state of mind to be paying attention to, like, okay, so what color was his shirt? You're just concerned about your safety, right. And you're not really paying attention to a whole lot of things that's going on. You just know somebody's in your house, and let's be safe. So it is good to have the video cameras because they pick up everything. Exactly. And you might say that the burglar had a gray shirt on, and when they look at the video, it was blue, right. So.
And again, that goes back to human error at this point. Name, just so we can paint some images, without giving out too many people's personal, paint some pictures of the benefits that you have seen firsthand by having a camera. Since we are discussing break-ins, I mean, name some stuff that you've personally seen that is such a huge reason that having the cameras was helpful.
Well, a perfect example is on a commercial entity. People break in all the time. They're stealing, they're shoplifting. And if the detectives come out, I've been on hundreds where they ask for the drive, the jump drive. Give us a video. If you can't produce that and you don't see that instance happen, there's no way to track that back to that person.
Right.
On residentially, kicking a door in. I know you guys have seen on Facebook to where the guy comes up, he looks both ways, he kicks the front door in. The homeowner has a gun.
Yeah.
They ward him off, but the key is that they had it all on video.
Yes.
From start to finish. They saw him walk up, they saw him come in, they saw him leave abruptly with the homeowner gun in hand. But having that video. Well,
the video is not even something to be questioned when you have the human being who's upset or stressed or any anxiety. Their memory remembering the incident is nothing compared. The video doesn't lie.
And what another problem of today's society is that we have tools that we don't use. We have security systems that we don't arm.
Yeah.
Arm your security system. It doesn't matter if you're home during the day or not. Arm
man,
your
every
system.
day, man. Arm every day I got to turn mine on.
Every day.
You just don't take the gamble.
Exactly.
You just don't. Here's the thing. It's kind of like me and you were making the joke yesterday about I'd rather be an overthinker than an underthinker. It's I try to tell people guns are like Band-Aids, and people go, what? I'm like, guns are like Band-Aids. And we'll say alarms are the same. You don't realize you need it until you really need it.
Correct.
And then normally it's too late at that point.
Right.
I would rather pay the $20, like in my case, I'm paying $20 a month. I would rather, my wife keeps saying, well, a couple of years back, we didn't turn it on that much because of the kids always messing it up and getting shut off and stuff. So she's like, we're paying $20 a month for that. Then all these break-ins around here started getting worse. And now she's like, thank God we never turned it off. I said, I tried telling you, just let me spend the 20 and you never even know.
Right.
That's like the house that I just moved out of. We had an alarm system. We never needed it, but we had an alarm system. We finally, I guess, like maybe 5 years before we moved out, we didn't renew our contract because nobody was breaking in the house, but we still had the system, and we would still set it to where, if somebody did come in, the alarm would go off. Yeah, it wasn't monitored, but still, that's some kind of deterrent. And, but never needed it. And so here now I've been at this house, roughly a month, and I've already had my car broke into. Right. So,
I agree. So I just had Ravens. I was talking to you yesterday about Ravens doing remodeling. He said, do you offer a system that can be mobile that I can use at these houses that I'm flipping while under construction?
Absolutely. We have a package where we offer the data. So we provide the unit with the data. So you can have the remote capability with a router. We provide the cameras and the DVRs, and it's yours. And the first time, of course, is going to be the most expensive, but you can mobily move it yourself. We can show you how to do that, or we can set it up to where you pay a monthly fee, include it into your monitoring of the system, and we'll move it for you.
Wow.
We have some builders that are using it for, we call it the builder package. We'll put in 2 cameras. It looks at actually 2 houses at the same time, has a wireless router, has a DVR. It's all in a NEMA enclosure with a lock and a tamper. So at any time, they can remotely view and see what's going on, but they can also move that from when that house is completed, they can move it to the next house.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Well, that is awesome. And I think that's a lot of good things to do with like the construction, because, you know, I'm sorry, I tuned out for just a second, but I was rereading something he had wrote too. I'm really happy to know that all this can be done. And again, this kind of goes back to, you're willing to meet you in the middle. Right. You know, you tell me your needs and let me tell you what I can do for you.
Right. And that's the key difference. I mean, we make it to where every job is functional. And what I mean by that is, if you need a $3,000 system, that's what you think you need. At the end of the day, you may only need a $1,500 system.
Yes. I'm
going to tell you what you need. I'm going to not sell you one thing that you don't need.
Right.
And I'm going to try to tell you what you want and what you need.
Right.
And then we'll meet in the middle.
That's good.
Because that's when you came out on Friday, that's exactly what you asked me, you know, where my concerns were. And I showed you, I said, you know, I'm concerned that door, the sliding glass door, and then the 3 windows across the front. Because I'm not really worried about the back windows because they're high.
Right.
And watch, that'll be the ones that come in.
Well, it's like when we get done with the show here in a few minutes. I know we've gone over a little bit, but I wanted to be able to squeeze him in on this. I think what's going to be funny is we're going to go outside and I'm going to tell him what I need, and he's going to tell me what I don't need. But I swear, the bear trap I do want in the backyard.
Right. The bear trap.
Yeah, when you step in it, it takes your foot off.
Yeah. I mean, I know what
I don't
a
know
bear
that he
trap.
offers that, but I still think I want it. It will make great video too.
Yeah.
See, your video, I could get HD of a guy screaming as his legs getting ripped off. I am so for that.
Yeah, see, I know what a bear trap is, but I didn't know that that's what you were actually.
Well,
I thought
look,
that was a.
He just said it's 1080. That means it will be like good, good video.
Those
I want to
pictures
see
are
the
awesome.
tears go down his eyes as he screams and cries. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. So anyways, well, look, we're at that 12 minutes after mark. I know we got to wrap this puppy up, but I've already told him anytime he wants, drive by, and especially if new technology comes out.
Right.
I think that's really the coolest thing ever, you know, because I know with even the old system I've got, you've got sound sensor, motion sensor. There's so many things out there. When we first moved in this house was my grandmother's, and I didn't know what that was in the ceiling. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't have a clue.
Oh, Grandma was recording.
2011. Hell, I thought it was a smoke detector. I didn't know what it was. We were getting ice out of the ice maker, and I heard the door go beep. So I get up and I walk, and I'm like, there ain't nobody here. And then my dog was shaking her neck, and the little rabies tag made a sound, and I hear beep, and I go looking at the door, and I'm like, did I not lock the downstairs door? And I stick my head down. I don't see nobody there. This goes on for several days. My wife drops a spoon in the sink. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then it dawned on me as I was standing in the kitchen, and one of the sensors was behind me. So I go to this phone and I installed this app that gives you this glass break sound. And I walked over and went, beep. I'm like, no way. I've been sitting here. And then it was like, thank God we hadn't turned this on in the middle of the night, because we would have flipped out with the dog's collar, have setting it off or something in the middle of the night. So since then, I've realized what it is. We now know it doesn't happen as much now because we pay attention, but
so that's what that is.
That's
right
what
there?
that is in that ceiling.
Oh,
If you were to try to get in any of these windows or doors, I mean, you don't even have to open the door. Somebody could go, break the glass. We don't have to open. Man, all you got to do is hit the door too hard. I've actually had a bird hit the door too hard.
Oh my God.
And the alarm goes off. And of course, Rockdale, it don't take but a few seconds because they're like, oh crap, something's going on at Scottie's house, and we don't want him to say that we didn't show up.
Yeah.
So they are on it. So it's just really cool, man. I like the idea. Hey, it's kind of like insurance. what is your life worth to you?
Right.
Right.
I mean, what is your life worth to you? If you can go out and buy 3 packs of cigarettes this month or 3 packs this week, or hell, some people 3 packs a day, if you can afford to go to the bar and drink $20 worth of beer a night, you can afford to put security on your house.
That's right.
And I can't understand why people don't see it that way. It's cover your own butt.
That's right.
You put good tires on your car because you don't want to slide off the road, right? Well, when you're sleeping, I mean, there's things in this world I've learned you don't cheat on. You walk on your shoes and your feet all day, put good shoes on. You sit down in front of a good TV and a good couch to watch TV, and you sleep on a good bed, and you make sure your house is safe to sleep in. I mean, those are like the things you don't cheat on. You can eat your Taco Bell all day long or your Crystals. You can cheat on that stuff, Stephanie, but you don't cheat on the quality of your own life.
I'm laughing. You know, they're building a new Taco Bell over there by Walmart, right?
Because that matters.
Hey, you opened the door on that one.
I know. Well, Bobby, if you would share again how everybody can find you and Facebook and in any other direction to find you.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for having me. You guys didn't have to make time for me, so I appreciate that. Our phone number is 770-507-5828. The website is www.kmtsystems.com, and you can like us on Facebook as well. You guys can call me anytime. Get me through the office, hit me on the website, hit us on Facebook, like us. In the very near future, I know Mike wants to get me on the show one evening. We will have some deals that we're going to be exclusively setting up just for fun.
Right. That's cool. That's real cool. And look, I just got a message from one guy going, dude, you need to put one of them cameras on your road just for your speeders.
Yeah.
Which is true because
just so you know, I done 33 miles an hour as I was coming down the road, so I would not be on your video.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that funny? You know, they know it's safe to speed when they don't see the van. Exactly. But here, what's real funny is the other day, I was gone on the bike, but they still saw the van, so they're thinking I'm here.
Right.
So I kind of like confuse them a little bit. But I just get blown away. To me, in my mind, I'm like, you're a school bus driver. Shouldn't you have enough sense
to slow down?
You are a grown ass person. Why do I got to tell you not to do that with somebody's kid in the car? So, anyways, all right, look, we're gonna get out of here. All you Just for Funners, thanks for hanging in there with us this morning. We did go over a little bit, but hey, this is some great information. I want to make sure everybody knows that you should check this cat out. I mean, look, you got Rob's Performance, who they have a security system that may or may not, I'm not questioning, but may or may not need to be updated because things do change so much. We have all our sponsors that have all these businesses. Think about the fact that you may need to step up some stuff. We got Gravity, we got the Pampered Puppy. I don't even know if the Pampered Puppy has cameras. They may have a couple hidden. I just believe all the sponsors really think about that because you are trying to operate a business. Let's cover your own butt. I'm all for making sure everybody covers themselves. So everybody have a great day. Thanks for hanging in there with us. The platelet stuff was a really good thing. Who would have known that you could donate like that as much? And then again, a lot of people, I was even under the impression, I thought I had to give blood to do all this. I had no idea you could just sit there and, get a little radiator swap.
Oh, flush and fill.
That's right. Who would have known? I mean, they even do that on transmissions nowadays. I had no idea they can do it to your body.
And the fact that one donation that you do can save up to 3 people.
That's kind of cool.
That is awesome.
I don't know if I want 3 people with your kind of weird DNA or anything, but I mean, as they start getting your blood, they're already drunk. You're drunk.
Yeah.
So, sudden urge for Miller Lite.
That's right. The champagne of life.
That's Miller High Life.
Whatever. The fact that you correct that is what's so funny. All right, we're going to get out of here. Everybody, make sure you go check out his pages, learn his stuff. If you get in touch with him, at least let him tell you what some of these systems are. And then if you want to go research yourself. But the thing is just because you buy the product, there's a big difference of you installing it and having them installing it. Trust me, when my grandfather died, me and Travis put 4 cameras up at my grandfather's house. And I really wish I wouldn't have, because I installed the cameras in what I thought was the right spot. Yeah. Me and Travis were like, we're going to come back in a couple of days because we're going to have to move 2 of the cameras that were covering the driveway. We totally got it wrong. But I did not go back and fix it. I just left it for my cousin who now lives there to deal with. It served its purpose for what we needed it for at the time. But truthfully, in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is the angle. and it wasn't so good. And I told Bobby yesterday, I said, man, I drew out what I think I need, but you need to come make sure because I don't know how these cameras work. In my mind, it's drawn out correctly. Doesn't mean it's correct. So always keep in mind, Alex is an engineer. Alex is great at what he does. I'm from the world of construction. I'm great at doing electrical work, and I'm great on this microphone. Don't ask me to build a deck because I don't build decks.
I understand.
So, stick with what you know. Steph, stay with PBR, baby. You stick with what you know.
No. I do not like PBR. I do not know PBR. I do not know Rockdale Light.
Yeah, that's right.
No, actually, I've changed from the Miller High Life Light to Miller 64.
Oh,
less calories.
So, yes,
Yeah.
Mick Ultra.
No Rockdale Light.
No, I don't like the Rockdale Light. I was only
Are you
doing
because you're protesting Rockdale or the whole light part?
No. I was only trying the Rockdale Light because there was a listener that happens to.
We're taking too long with this. Okay.
But he was pushing it because he works at Walmart. So
Okay.
I tried it as a favor to the listener.
Right.
And I'm sorry. I don't really care for it.
So the redneck Steph's like, I have standards and that doesn't meet it. My morals may be
tastes
loose,
like water.
but I have standards on my beer. All right, we're going to get out of here. Everybody have a great day. We will see y'all on the flip side.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. And Ed's
On video, you guys.
Bye. Yeah, Ed's gonna kill me if he heard that.